Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Reign of Emrys here on Dork Tales. My name is Kelly. I am your Dungeon Master tonight, and always, I guess. And we are heading into our 13th episode. That's right, we're past the halfway mark, guys. Woo!
That's wild.
It's wild. You got to get this stuff done. Okay. So, hello everybody. Like I said, I'm Kelly. I use he and him pronouns, and I am very excited to be here tonight because we have a game that you are not probably expecting. Because nobody expects the Warforged Pirate Inquisition. They really don't.
Yeah, that's fair.
Right? You weren't expecting that, and I wasn't expecting it.
I wasn't expecting it.
I kind of was. But, without further ado, I'm going to introduce everybody in reverse order tonight, starting with Caitlin.
I think I went first last time, but that's okay. Hello, everyone.
Great.
I'm Caitlin, and I use she, her pronouns, and tonight I'll be playing Talfrin Pridery, our human barbarian of wild magic.
Perfect.
He's currently tied down in the ship.
That's important. All right. Hello, Robin.
Hello everyone, I am Robin. I use she, they pronouns, and tonight I am playing Ivy, our tiefling blood hunter Order of the Mutant.
Hello, Mike.
Hey everyone, my name's Mike and I use they, them pronouns, and tonight I'm playing our halfling arterialist artificer Veritrix Soulstar.
All right. Hello, Amy.
Hello, I'm Amy. I use she, her, or they, them pronouns, and I am playing Leiden and Merev, our Asimar cleric of the grave.
And finally, hi, Christine.
Hello, I'm Christine. I go by she, her pronouns, and I will be playing Claudette Belmont, our human wizard blade singer. She also goes by she, her, so it makes it nice and easy.
Nice. All right, so before we go any further, I have to do something real quick. So if everybody notices on the screen right now, you're at level 5. But hey, I'm going to fix that. Now you're levels. Oh, it didn't change. One sec. Was that the right one? Let's find out.
Which
Perpetually
reminds me, I
level
should change
5.
that on my character sheet too.
Sort by date.
Feels nice.
There we go. Oh, I was changing the wrong thing. That explains it. I have 2 sets of new frames, so that's fun. That means that it should actually be... No, it should be... Curious. Oh, it's literally this one right
Is it
here.
fighting?
No, I just need to update my stuff. Level 6. Go. There we go. All right, so you're all level 6. Congratulations. Also, before we begin, I wanted to show off something really cool. So we backed a Lindorm Kickstarter, Lindorm Dice, and just received this in the mail on Thursday. And I got some cool stuff. In fact, many of those dice are invisible. Lindorm isn't sponsoring us. They're just nice people. And they're dice people. So tonight, let's see. It's going to be red. We're going to use the Surtur set because, hey, red skies at morning are what? Sailor's Delight? Is that how it goes? I think it probably is.
No, red sky in the morning is a sailor's warning.
No,
Yeah,
I think
it rhymes. It rhymes.
Rhyme
the whole
of
point.
Emrys?
I think that you'll have to ask the Frost.
Rhyme
Maiden
of
about that.
Emrys, that's an interesting crossover there.
I have not accidentally typed that before.
Rhyme of Emrys.
All right, so move that over to the side. All right, so I've got some cool dice, and I've got to hurt them more apparently already. So let's do that.
I get an extra attack now.
Yeah, is that always or just when you're blade singing?
I got a
Blade
cool
singing.
thing.
Okay.
It's an arcane tradition feature, but
All right.
so it only applies to the blade sing.
All right. Is there anything else that people need to mention before we begin?
You're awesome.
Actually,
Aw, thank
it does not say that you have to be active. You have to invoke with blade song for it.
you. Yeah, I was thinking that it didn't. So everybody...
It's just an arcane tradition feature.
Yep. So that's fun. Everybody be sure to check your sheet. Talfrin, you've got something pretty cool now. And then I think Leiden gets another Channel Divinity. Is that what I heard?
Yeah, I'm at Challenge Divinity at times 2, and I also get my Sentinel at Death's Door.
That sounds
Which is so
gross.
cool.
All right,
It's so cool sounding.
Without further ado, we are going to head into game. So if you are joining us for the first time, you've missed a lot. You should probably go back and watch them. But the long story short is the characters are on a quest to discover what is up in this funky fresh empire that they are living in, and all of the great things that are being done here. Nothing is at all sketchy. So the characters have traveled across the country. They have performed various services for the Empire, and most recently confronted what they had been told was an evil magus and imperial alchemist, who told them that she, in fact, might not be a good person, but was doing the right thing, and trying to stop an evil organization from taking over the Empire, and maybe dooming the world. I mean, she said a couple of things. I don't know. You guys weren't paying attention, so I'm not going to repeat it. And the characters managed to survive a fall off of a cliff into some water, and the game ended with them waking up in a ship, captained by I guess feminine would be the best way. A femme warforged pirate lady. So we're going to start off there in just a sec. So thank you so much for tuning in tonight. And for those of you who sent a bunch of messages wondering where we were this week, I mean, we were here. Quick shout out to our cast member Hayden, who got engaged this week. Congratulations. That's why we didn't have any Rime of the Frost Maiden, is because there was a surprise engagement party. And then Candlekeep got moved around, so we're actually doing Candlekeep 3 nights in a row next week to make up for it. So I'm about to run game for 9 days in a row. Cheers!
Are you running on Sunday too?
Not this Sunday, but next Sunday.
Oh, so it's going to be starting Monday and then the whole week.
Yeah.
And then some. Right.
Yeah.
Got it.
No, you're running on Sunday. We're back for Ghost of Saltmarsh.
I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. It is muggy right now, but folks, we are going to start the game right about now. The sound of crashing water beneath you wakes you, as well as the humming of that ancient song. Talfrin, the ground moves beneath you, and you find yourself tied with a tight knot to a bracket on the floor, strongly reinforced enough that a tiger or a bear would be held in place by it. The room that you find yourself in is surprisingly cramped. There is a throw rug made of leopard skin that covers the ground, as well as a large bed at the back that looks rarely slept in, but often sat in. There's a table near you, a pair of chairs, heavy, reinforced. And on top of the table are various bits of treasure, jewelry, weaponry. And just out of your reach, you see the greatsword that you grabbed from the temple on your way out. There's a dresser directly in front of you, covered in various skulls, and the one, its twin, across an open doorway. You'll see a large lizard with mottled butterfly wings stretched between its belly and forearms, looks at you, flicks its tongue. A suit of armor nearby sits strangely poised in a chair at a makeup mirror. Someone perversely dressed the suit of armor in a coat and a pirate's hat. Oh. Oh. You're awake. How good to have you here. The suit of armor turns, revealing itself to not be armor, but a fully sized mechanical creature. The Warforged looks down at you with brilliant blue eyes that pierce the dimness of this cabin, lit by only a pair of candles above the bed.
Yeah, you're not gonna take my my claustrophobia into account here?
Oh, I
With a
thought you were
small
going to say
space?
pants. Well, I hadn't planned to take anything else. I noticed from the markings on you. A slave, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry. That's just to make sure that you didn't freak out. I could tell by the scars that you're something of a fighter.
Yeah.
I don't want any trouble. Well, that's not true. I want plenty of trouble. I don't want it from you, though. You're, well, let me put it this way. There's only one thing that I hate more than slavers. And you're not it. If I cut you loose, can we talk?
Yeah? I won't give you any trouble. Where'd you hear that song? How'd you know that song?
I get around. You're Catalganian, aren't you?
Yeah.
I heard it there once, a long time ago. Oh well. Allow me. She leans down and, with a mighty pull, tears the rope from where it is buckled into the ground. How's that?
That's a lot better.
Good. So, what's your name?
Catherine. What's yours?
Odalisk. Captain Odalisk Dirge.
Yes, Captain.
And you find yourself
Nice name.
aboard the most fierce ship in all of the free nations of the South.
Oh yeah?
Welcome.
What's her name? Oh, sorry.
The Maiden's Lament. You may make me a history roll.
Ooh.
I
Right.
mean, you may try.
Let's try. Let's go for it. We actually rolled a nat 20.
Holy crap. You have heard of the Maiden's Lament. The Maiden's Lament for the last 60 years has constantly dogged any attempt for Emrysian expansion into the Southern Islands. It is basically the Queen Anne's revenge of Emrys.
Nice.
It's
Yeah, I heard of ya.
hopefully good things.
Oh, only. Yeah, the best. Alright, and what do you want with me here? What do you want with us here?
With us. Oh, the slavers. Oh.
Unless they're dead, but I doubt.
Oh, they're not dead. They're down in the cargo hold.
Right.
Do you want them to be dead? I could easily kill them.
Oh, no. No.
You want to do the job yourself. I respect that.
Something like that.
What were you doing back there? I'm betting that you're not part Triton.
No. We took a spill off the side of a cliff.
Ah, the fireworks show. We could see it from the ocean.
Sure. Yeah. That was quite the explosion.
Yes, it was. Well, Talfrin, was it?
Yes.
Where to?
Where were you going?
Oh, are you looking to become a pirate? I could use another strapping young lad.
I never tried it before. Seems fun.
Do you follow orders?
It's what I've been trained to do, Captain.
I don't know if I like that answer. But I like the laugh.
If you want me to, Captain.
I have no problem with anyone of Catoganian blood, unless they make a problem with me. The same goes for anyone on this ship. You'll be treated as an equal, as long as you don't try any aggressive actions. Unless they're warranted, of course. We're not idiots. If you want to get into a boxing match with somebody, I would just avoid Bortusk. You're tough,
Bortusk.
but you'll know him when you see him.
Alright. Alright. Yes, Captain.
Here. And she'll step over and hand you your belongings. Enjoy the sail. And once you grab some grub, come back and check in with me. I'd like to know what your plans are, where you're headed, and what I can do for you.
Yes, Captain. Thank you. And, we'll, like, point to the door. Just that away?
Unless you want to go out the window.
Not this time.
Alright, and as you take a step out the door, we're going to transition down below deck. The creaking of the ship is what calls to you first. Each of you, in sequence, is going to slowly come to. But to find out who wakes up first, I'd like everyone here to give me a wisdom check.
Alrighty. First roll on the new D20.
All right, guys, I'm probably gonna wake up last.
18.
Wisdom save?
Not bad, not
Oh,
bad.
at the end of last game,
You said that was
I
a wisdom
had-
check?
Yes.
Not a save, correct?
Not a save.
Okay.
not a save. Okay. And I had 3 levels of exhaustion at the end of last game, which I don't think would have gone away yet, considering how long it takes exhaustion. So I think I'm rolling that at disadvantage.
You'll have one of them gone.
19.
One of them will be? Okay.
19?
It rolled a 17. So that's pretty good. I'm
Well-
impressed.
I think that's the 11 then, so it'll be like a 16 total.
Okay. And Mike, you rolled an 18?
Yep.
Okay, so got 19, 18. What did you get? Robin, you got a 14.
I rolled a 13.
Okay. It's a pretty die.
From Lindorm Dice.
Oh, that reminds me, I have to roll for someone as well. Are you kidding?
Did you not 20 it?
I nat 20'd on the new dice.
Nice.
Which color set?
I'm using Surtur, so...
That
Oh.
bodes well. Oh, that's
Very
So
nice.
the
pretty.
pink ones are
I
the
just rolled a
fray.
second nat 20 with it.
God damn it!
There you
Big
go.
monster!
It's
Trying
found
to
you.
get my dice.
You're finally picking up some of that luck.
About time.
You just had to keep buying, like, custom dice.
Keep buying dice until they roll well.
That's
Yeah.
true.
You find the sets that work well, you don't use the ones that don't, and...
Not sponsored.
Yeah, they go to dice jail.
Yeah.
You melt the ones that don't roll well.
I have a set of dice that are called the Reincarnated set that are made of broken dice
Yeah.
from defective sets.
Nice.
Amazing.
That's
I got the
awesome.
other colors from that one, didn't I?
They don't roll
Yep.
particularly well, I'm not going to lie. They definitely have betrayal inside of them.
Oh no.
Do, which is why I sometimes use them to roll for lucky. Because you just need that chaos and risk.
True.
Yeah, that's fair.
Cool.
The rest of those new sets I'm gonna save for a new game, I think.
All right. So,
I don't have any of my new dice.
yeah, you got to come pick them up.
I know, I do.
Oh yeah, Roll20's being
Same.
super weird tonight, guys. I'm trying to like move an icon and it's moving everything.
Ah, we're moving fast.
Oh no, it's taking tips from Microsoft Word.
Okay, now it seems to be working again. Okay.
You put a table in? Did it
Shade
shift everything?
throne.
Yeah. Right.
Okay.
You threw an image in, everything moved.
Ah.
In the
That's
dark,
what wakes us.
down beneath the waves in the darkness, everything moves around you, shifting backwards and forwards. Amy, what did you get on your roll?
Oh, it's going to be a 16 total.
16 total. Cool.
I double checked it. I did have disadvantage, so I rolled another dice, and it was still the lower of the two.
Claudette, you'll stir in the darkness to the sound of scratching on metal. I don't like this. I don't like this at all. And then, as your eyes adjust, you'll see that the room around you, you're in the hull of a ship. A ruby light is the only illumination in front of you, like a small candle flame. But it isn't a candle. It's the head of a small mountain lion-sized cat. The carbuncle is sitting in a large cage, sized probably for about the size of a halfling. It looks a little tense inside of its confines. You yourself are in one of about the same size, actually. Your knees pushed up to your chest, your hands bound behind your back, uncomfortably. Looking around the room, you can see that there are, you think you see all of your friends, actually. A center post blocks some of your view, but you can make out the edge of a horn next to the carbuncle in a large square cage. And to your left, on the other side of an empty cage full of discarded bones that have been picked completely clean, you will see silver hair and a small child-sized form crumpled on the ground. And it looks like there is something man-shaped to the north, just across the bow from you.
Like man-shaped as in Talfrin-shaped?
He's pretty tall, so it's probably Talfrin. His face is obscured from a couple of crates nearby that are kind of just slowly shifting across the ground as the boat moves, are blocking your any light from reaching him.
Okay, so my hands are bound. Am I gagged as well?
You are not.
Okay, good. So I can at least use somatic stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Or voice stuff.
You can try.
But I guess Claude's just gonna try and look around and listen and see if there's a guard in here or something. She's not sure that there would be, because they're definitely bound up pretty well. Alright. Other new die.
Here we go.
First roll. That's weird, it also rolled a 17. So
I will
19.
I will spend a something good happens for you to beat the tie or to beat this. In the corner, you can see that there is a pile of junk. Over to your right, at the back of this kind of shield-shaped cabin. As you glance over there, though, your eyes are going to focus on the dimness enough that you realize that there is another barely visible light source coming from there. A pair of pinpricks of red light are going to be locked directly on your face. They're barely visible, but as you make out among the junk, there is something crouched in the corner. Not just something, though. Let me just pull out the book and I will have some story time with you.
Yay, story time.
Okay, it's not this book. It is, in fact, Tome of Beasts 1. Yes, it is.
Get to focus.
Pretty.
They're so sparkly. I love them. Love them so much.
Right. Looking across the ground, you are going to see and hear the ticking of metal gears that hints at the presence of a pair of large paws. They scrape against the deck and are bronze and steel with sharp metal teeth above
A
them.
mechanical kitty?
It is a mechanical tiger.
Oh.
Cool.
It sits in the corner. Ooh, is it doing the thing? Am I in focus?
Mostly. You're still a little blurry.
There we go. The PHB fixes everything.
Claudia's gonna kind of like just. She's worried about this situation, but there's not much she can do right now, and they're being watched. So she's just gonna kind of try and look at it and like commit it to memory for the next time she has to write stuff down.
Are you awake? A voice comes from across the room.
Hello?
You're finally awake.
Who's that?
A prisoner like yourself.
It doesn't sound like Talfrin.
My name's not Talfrin.
That would do it then.
But probably.
Who are you?
My name is... Stop talking! A metallic voice echoes from the back of the room as the tiger rears up. No talking! The grumbling of the cat is going to be enough to wake Very. And as Very stirs, she's going to reflexively kick out one of her boots and catch Leiden in the side of the head, which is going to wake her up too.
And I'm assuming that we're both tied up as well.
You are tied with your hands behind you. All of your belongings have been seized, aside from basically your plain clothes.
Fair enough. Well, I mean, there are worse places to wake up.
Across the room, you will hear the clang, clang, clang of mechanical footsteps, and a tiger made of brass and steel is going to step forward, glare into your cage. No talking.
But why?
Cool.
Don't piss off the mechanical cat!
Kick her back, Leiden.
Let's see. Can you do me a favor?
Yeah.
Cool. Make me a. This is gonna be a wisdom save.
Coming up. Do. 17.
17. Cool. It is going to dart forward and snap its jaws directly in your face, and you are going to flinch back and bang your head on the back of the cage. That is going to be... you're going to deal yourself 4 points of damage. From the sheer, like... Oh, God! Ow!
Ah, fuck! That hurt!
Prisoners abusing themselves.
Look, Kelly.
Yes.
Looking at this thing, can I see exactly what it is?
Yeah.
Other than just like a mechanical tiger.
You can get a pretty solid look at it. Yeah. What are you trying to figure out?
Just like what is it?
You can make
you know,
you can make me an Arcana roll.
Like being an artificer and building these things like this. Arcana, that's gonna be a dirty 20.
All right. So, taking a quick look, it is a mechanical tiger. It does not look like the type of looking at it, it doesn't look Emrysian. This is made with the type of clockwork technology you normally see around the different dwarven races or potentially gnomish races.
Ooh.
You've read about this. It's this thing is definitely not native to here, though. If you had to pick, you'd probably say it comes from one of the far colonies. Probably, oh, pardon me, colonies is the wrong word for this. Probably one of the far countries, like, one moment. Boop, boop, boop. me just pull up my map real quick. Which I should just always have open on this tab.
Fair.
This world's getting big. Oh, for God's sake.
It's really filling out.
Yeah, and I was having trouble remembering the name of a place. Locations of note. There we go. So probably Renai. One of the continents to the southwest of Toulouse and Emrys.
So, like, just, you know, after kind of catching her breath a little bit and kind of realizing that Very's gonna, like, lean forward and look at it and be like, ooh, you're not from around here. You're not Emrys, are you? Where are you from?
Halflings with a half-wit.
No, I just like building things, and you're gorgeous.
Would you like me to disassemble you? And see if you can put yourself back together?
Not particularly.
Sit down and shut up!
No fun. She's gonna sit down and, like, pout.
So as this happens, Leiden, you're going to be roused the rest of the way.
Leiden's gonna quietly take in her surroundings and not draw attention from the angry mecha cat.
Much better. And it's going to slink back to the corner and go back into low power mode from the looks of it. Just... It sinks back into its paws. Its eyes will dim down to subtle tones again. And you see that its ears will continue to slightly rotate like satellite dishes, but slowly and lazily as it's aimed over toward you. Ivy, at the corner of the room, you will start to stir, but you are actually fairly out of it. The blast and some of your fall have definitely left you a bit worse for wear, and you're probably going to be out of it for, not like unable to act or anything, but you're going to be a little dazed for a bit from this. And as you wake up, a grogginess is just kind of completely awash over your limbs, and you will slowly stir in the darkness. However, with your dark vision, you are going to be able to get a perfect view of the room. You can see that over on the eastern wall is a hatch and ladder. Pardon me, western wall. There's a hatch and ladder leading up to the next floor up. There are several cages in here, as well as crates and a table and chair between your cage, Carbuncle's cage, and the cage that Leiden and Very are in. On that, there appears to be a deck of 3 dragon anti-cards spread around the table. There were other things here besides this cat before. And just barely from between the 2 crates that are over to the northern wall, you can see that there's a man crouched inside of a fairly large cage, actually. Large enough that it could easily fit any 2 or 3 of you, if Very's involved, in it. He was probably here first. His arms are bound behind him, and he's dressed in... looks like soldier garb. The armor's been stripped off, but you can see just the edge of like a soldier's undertunic. Besides that, he's a fairly well-built, fairly handsome man with dark black hair, which is kind of neatly cut at the sides and pulled back into a small tail at the nape of his neck. Kind of in one of the fancier styles of the era right now.
Would Ivy know about like anything about pirate ships and like people, you know?
Make me a history roll with disadvantage from your background.
Okay.
And everyone else here can make me a perception roll to see if they notice anything.
History. It's gonna be an 11.
11. You know that pirates exist. You have no idea that this is a pirate ship at the moment, though. It could be any type of ship.
Okay. And Is there any way that she could start to try and unbind her wrists? I feel like she might have some potentially training in how to avoid that.
Anybody who wants to can attempt to do that. They are tied pretty well, so what I'm going to say is that... Oh, damn. You guys are very perceptive. I would like... Anybody who's trying to wriggle out of the ropes can make me a... make me an escape artist roll, so that's going to be... I believe it's sleight of hand now.
I believe so.
Binds. So sleight of hand with disadvantage. It's like they planned for this and used good knots. And also, they're behind your back.
So, I rolled a nat 20
Yeah.
and a 6.
And a 6. So you think you get it for a minute. You start to get part of the rope out. You start to get, you've almost, and then it gets hung up on the bars behind you.
So I also rolled a nat 20, but then I also rolled an 18, so that's going to be 22 for Ivy.
All right, so Ivy, you're going to be able to basically swoop it between your or I guess around your legs and up to your front.
Okay.
And start pulling at it with your teeth, which are sharpened, so you can actually start trying to gnaw through some of this as well.
Yeah, she'll like try and can she see, like, she can see like everything, so she can see the tiger in the corner
The
kind of
tiger
watching.
cannot see you from where it is though.
Okay, cool. So yeah, she will quickly then try and make quick work, so then she can throw her hands back behind her back to make it look like she's not bound, like she is still bound, but she's basically gonna try and quickly, try and.
All right. Anybody
I got
else
a
get any?
16.
You got a 16? Okay, so
Yeah.
you'll be able to get your ropes down and around your legs and in front of you, because halfling nimble is good.
Yeah.
So between that, you could actually, if you and Leiden tried to help each other, you could assist each other and remove disadvantage from yourselves.
I don't know if I can properly because I'm already at disadvantage for all ability checks, and then
'cause
with
you're
disadvantage in because exhausted. She wasn't gonna try and get free. She was actually just gonna see what happens. She's just rolling with it.
All right, so you've
Sorry.
got it in front of yourself and you're starting to work at it, but they're pretty tight ropes. You would definitely have to pay extra at some of the brothels you've visited for this type of treatment.
Wonder if she never has any money.
Exactly, right? And as you are working at that, Claudette, you're kind of hung up. Across the way, you're going to hear a voice.
It doesn't respond if you keep it under a certain amount of decibels.
Who are you?
My name's Cass.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, too. Imperial? Mages, right? Well, nice to meet you. I was with the Templar Corps. They attacked one of our ships. Pirates.
Were you the only survivor?
What do I know about Templar Corps?
They're elite soldiers.
Are they
The
the sort of thing that would have been stationed with my brother, etc.?
Definitely would have been at the same place. The Templars usually are assigned on protection missions. So a lot of times Templars come in one of two flavors. They're either really good at their job or they're put there because they are related to someone. And basically the Templar orders they're usually used as elite guard and supervisors. So, for example, a Templar would be able to. They're basically federal agents. Is the quick way to put it? He's basically a Fed who can go and commission garrisons to work for him and to do tasks like, hey, we need to deliver something or we need to investigate something. So, basically government agents.
why were you out here?
I was escorting something.
Something or someone?
Well, that's classified.
Does it matter now that you're taken captured by pirates?
Yeah,
I mean,
was gonna say.
I don't know who you. I don't know
Oh,
any of
Claudette Belmont.
Oh, a Belmont. Oh,
Yeah.
good to have you here. I was transporting a dignitary.
By the Catacanian Sea?
We're a bit further south than that.
What? Where are we?
Last time I checked, we're off the coast of Avelsini.
Where is that? Because I don't have a map right in front of me.
Basically, where you were, it's kind of southeast.
So we drifted a good long way, sort of thing,
Or
we've
they've been
a
traveling for a good long ways now.
and we've been unconscious or something. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, we fell in the ocean here.
Explosion. Cliff. You know how it is.
Not really, but I'm glad you didn't die.
Oh, me too.
Well,
And as he says that, and Very, you get your knots, and you almost got the knot, you're going to hear as the hatch in the ceiling opens. And you will hear the sound of stomping coming down the stairwell as a young Tian woman, dressed in a full fur duster jacket, like with a giant plumage. Her head is shaved along the sides pulled up into like a long braided top knot, is going to descend the stairs, followed by a rather burly black-bearded dwarf. The Tian woman is going to hold up a lantern, suddenly casting the room into bright relief. XR, you are relieved of duty. Go take a rest. The tiger is going to stand up and shake. About time. And is going to head forward, and with strangely dexterous grace is going to climb the ladder. Just claw, 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 claw. It is going
Claudette is mildly impressed.
It's like a very good tiger. It can climb things. With that, the two are going to walk forward and resume a game of Three Dragon Ante at the center table.
Ivy would like to try and charm person one of them.
Okay, which one would you like to charm?
Walking in, who looked like they were in control? Were there any like body language?
You'd have to make me an insight roll.
Okay, I will do that.
Also, hello, Ray. Good to see you.
Come on, Ivy girl.
I believe in you.
Ooh, that's gonna be a dirty 20, baby.
Dirty 20. Okay. So looking around, you think that the dwarf is probably the supervisor. He's quite a bit older. But besides that, you think she's definitely kind of young. She might be who you'd want to target.
Okay. So, I'm gonna need a wisdom save from her then.
Okay. What's my DC?
Only 11, because
Okay.
that's not great.
So, muttering under your breath, you're going to reach out your hands and... She's going to look over your direction. You say something?
No, just... Interesting to see. Our captors aren't all mechanical.
Not all of us. And she'll turn back around and clomp her foot. And you'll hear that... You kind of heard it when she was walking in. In fact, all of you did. That the heavy footsteps on the way down, they weren't the dwarves. They were hers. And as she stomps, it has the sound of... like someone slamming a hammer on the ground. Very strange. A slight mechanical ringing vibrates through the air. All right, got any threes?
I think we're playing the wrong game. You're trying to play Old Dragon. We're playing Three Dragon Ante. You always do this. You always mix up the rules right when we're about to get going again, the dwarf says. You're trying to discombobulate me? It's not going to work. I've got witnesses. You.
He points at Leiden.
You watch her.
I'll give you a ration of grog if you do.
Hey.
Well, you, and she gestures over to Claudette. You watch him, and I'll give you 2 portions of grog. That's a good thing, honey.
Oh, okay.
You're gonna get lit, fam. It's gonna be great.
Claire's gonna kind of look over it. Very.
What's that mean?
Means you're gonna get to have a good time.
And they proceed to have...
Just gonna kind of side eye around the cage and whatnot and be like, dubious.
They proceed to have the most boring game of cards ever. But as they do, they leave the lantern kind of there. It illuminates the room. And Claudette, can you do me a favor and make me a history roll?
14.
14? Okay. And I'm trying to think if anybody else could make this roll. Probably Leiden. I will allow it.
All right. What was it? A history roll?
Yep.
And I believe I have disadvantage
Yep, you are.
if it's a skill check. Okay.
I believe so. Ooh, my fan just decided that it was going to...
Ah. Okay, well, if that's history, it's 9 total. Not the 20 that the other dice rolled.
Okay. All right, so, glancing forward, there's going to be, like... Yeah, you don't really notice what's going on, but Claudette, as a light illuminates the room, you actually get the sense that you might have ran into this agent before. The man in the other cage, Cass. He's dressed like he probably moves through high social circles. Maybe that's it. He could have been someone's valet or an agent at one of your father's parties. He probably had a meeting with your father at some point. He doesn't look that old, actually. He's about the same age as you, like early 20s.
Well, if it's kind of giving me the kind of sense that maybe I am familiar with him, can I spend some time trying to? Because that's going to bother me now, not being able to pin it down.
I mean, you can...
So can she, like, take 10 and try and figure it out?
No. But you can keep it up and investigate it if you'd like. It won't be an immediate roll, but, keep working at it. You never know.
Okay.
Meanwhile, upstairs. Talfrin, you are released among the general area, and it is there that you come across at least a little more than a dozen individuals in the common hold area. As soon as you walk out the door, a cat is going to push between your legs and mew up at you with a... and continue moving forward, chasing one of the rats that doubtlessly, lives among some of the lower decks of this ship. Everything around you is alive and moving and flowing around you.
Cool. All right, I'm gonna go. She said to get some food, hey?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go get some food, I guess.
You can follow the smell of a thick, hearty chowder coming from the northwest wall. As you move toward the front of the ship, dozens of people are moving around here. Well, a dozen people are moving around here, many asleep in bunks, talking in quiet but not too quiet tones, or moving around. As you push between some of the bunks that are strewn across the northern wall, you'll see that there is a lithe half-elf dressed in flowing robes that is kind of like strumming idly at a lute. Oh, you.
Hey, good morning.
Are you the captive, or are you the new deckhand?
Well, I'm not bound anymore, so I suppose I'm a new deckhand.
Oh, we're all captives of fate, my friend. All
I suppose
captives
it's
of
true.
fate.
That's fair. What's your name?
Oh, bold one. Servio Ducata.
Servia. Nice to meet you. I'm Talfrin.
Talfrin
Talfrin Pridery.
Pridery. Oh, that's good. Let's see, Pridery. That rhymes with... You're a rather handsome one, aren't you? Fancy the ladies, fancy the gents, fancy all of the above, or none?
All the above.
Oh,
Whatever comes around.
well. Bring. His name was Talfrin Pridery, and he and your friend Servio had a romantic rivalry. For... Let's see. For the sunset o'er the mast, they had a contest to see who could get the most... Hey, can you shut up over there? Someone calls from the front. I have heard enough of that for a lifetime now.
Oh, come on. They're pretty good.
I think I'm pretty good. And he'll lean
Yeah,
back.
you're pretty good.
And you will hear a voice call from the top. Make way. Come on, let him through. Let him through. Come on. So the captain let you go, did she? And a voice will call from the top, and you will see a gorgeous, if somewhat... Well, drow women are often considered some of the most exotically beautiful of all of the elves. However, this one kind of catches you off guard. Drow are not often seafaring, and are not often around this much water. And that shows as this incredibly beautiful, cherubic-faced drow woman looks at you, and all around her is this unkempt mane of frizzed white hair that appears to have absorbed half of the ocean into it.
Oh no.
Parts of it have been braided to hold it down, but it's actually it's cute, but it comes off, it's like a very 1980s haircut. I don't know how to describe this any other way, really. But it's
Gotcha.
like
Gotcha.
he's like a bouffant. Is that a thing? Basically, she's got a Peg Bundy. How's that?
Okay. I think I see where you're going with that.
It's very,
That's
it's
okay.
very. I don't know what a bouffant is. I'm not gonna lie.
I know that the bouffant, the one that I always talk about is that like scrub cap thing. It's actually technically called a bouffant.
I mean,
Anyway.
fair. Okay. So as you are looking around, she's going to give you a look up and down. Wow.
Yeah, she looks like she did. He'll like point
Yeah.
at his stuff. He's got that.
Yeah, all right, fair enough. Seafood chowder.
Sure.
You like lobster?
Sure.
Ah, we ain't got no lobster. You like shrimp?
Sure.
We got shrimp. We've got
Okay.
prawns.
Yeah, that works.
And we've got some whale. It's
All right.
it's a bit fatty right now. Whatever you like.
Yeah, I'll take a bit of everything.
Talfrin, right?
Yeah,
Zelia,
Zelia. Nice to meet you.
nice to meet you as well. It's good to have you here.
It's well, I'm here, and it's nice so far. So
It's all right. So, I gotta ask, what's the deal with the fucks down in the cabin?
oh, that's where they are. We were just on a mission together, but we got separated, I guess. So.
On a mission together?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
can't be right.
Why?
Look, one of them's an Imperial Magus, the other's a cleric. One of them's some type of artificy little hairy-footed monster.
That's racist.
You hear from across the way. Shut up, halfwit.
It's half foot.
Yeah, I didn't say we were the most cohesive group.
And the other
But,
one's a bloody tiefling.
That's true.
Do me a favor.
Some of my best friends are tieflings.
Oh, you've got a lot of friends who are Nernites. Huh. Well, heaven forbid. I don't happen to like them that much, though. I just kind of break with tradition that way, I suppose. But then again, I was raised Valish, so... Praise be to the burning goddess.
Right. Yes. No, they hired me at first as a bodyguard. And I suppose that contract's just continued. So, I hadn't questioned it. Figured I'd see where it took me. And it's taken me here.
Alright. You know what you should do?
What's that?
Well, we've got him downstairs caged up.
Mm.
We should pull a prank on him. If you get the captain, let him free at least. None of them are even worth a reward, you think?
Oh. Yeah.
Well, I mean, maybe we can, you know, ransom them. Oh, the Emeritians got shit tons of money. What do you say? Keep them bound and gagged?
We didn't gag him.
What do you mean you didn't gag them? Isn't one of them a magus?
Oh yeah, we used the nullifier.
Oh, well, I guess we'll hear if she tries to cast any magic.
Well, I guess you'll find out soon if they're still down there and you can even do it. Cheers!
Cheers. And she will pass you over a coconut cup. Basically, it's like a giant coconut that's been like hauled out and filled with this awfully potent mixture of... To call it grog would be a bit of an offense to historic grog. This actually is more of a slurry. Bits of coconut have been blended into it, are kind of floating around as a viscous oil on the top of it. And it is it's probably 4 parts rum, 2 parts water, and then 3 parts whatever was in leftover bottles.
Oh, nice.
Come on and put hair on your chest. Or take it off. I forget. What do you roundies actually like?
I mean, this is quite fine. I
Is it
mean, I
really?
do prefer I don't know, what did he have before? Was it like a whiskey? Bourbon? I think he had a bourbon.
It was bourbon before.
Yeah.
Drink up.
You prefer bourbon?
Historically, grog is just a mixture of rum and water. Because rum can dilute pretty well while maintaining its potency.
And sometimes lime.
I'm a pirate historian. That's a
I
weird
love
thing.
it!
Because I've
They used
taken...
to
awesome.
force like the whole not getting scurvy thing by throwing that into their grog as well.
Ah,
Meanwhile,
makes sense.
quick pro tip: limes don't actually combat. They don't have enough vitamin C, so the whole limey thing was a miss anyway. Cranberries are
It's
really
actually like lemon.
good. Lemon does it, lime doesn't.
Yeah.
But Anyway, if I get off on this, I will start talking about vitamin C deficiencies in the New World and how the indigenous tribes used to be like, yeah, we just chew bark if we need it. Because that tree right there has like tons of vitamin C in it. And they were like, you should chew some bark too. And the settlers were like, that's weird witchcraft. We're not gonna. And they're like, okay, your teeth are gonna fall out. And so they did. Scurvy is great. Look it up. Don't look it up with image searches on, though. But she will, in fact, put a lime slice in the coconut.
More flavor?
Actually, it's disguised the taste. I think a rat got in there.
More flavor!
More flavor! And she will raise up and clank with you and begin drinking. Down below, you will hear a bit of a commotion, bit of banging. Nothing major, but then nearby, you'll meet and have conversations with a couple of the others nearby. One of which is going to turn a big dwarven man named Browntooth. Is going to turn to a woman who you see. She's a teenager with some slightly tan skin, slightly hooded eyes, and hair kind of cut into a braid that you will recognize as probably Tanny's. What catches you the most about her, though, aside from the fact that she appears to be incredibly good at cards, is that from at least the knee down, her legs are completely made of prosthetic steel that are kind of carved and are kind of welded in an Art Deco mesh. Looks like brass fittings and steel. The dwarf will turn forward and say,
Alright, we should probably give him a bit of a break. He's down there with the captives. Sounds like he's getting a bit tense.
fine, we can go down and see. But we're gonna finish the game of Old Dragon.
It was 3 Dragon Ante, stop that.
Whatever. And they go nearby, open a hatch that is within line of sight of you, and crawl down. A moment later, you will hear the whatever guard was down there begin to clamber back up, and you're probably quite surprised to see that it is a full-sized mechanical tiger. That climbs up Talfrin.
Sorry.
Walks directly over near you, sniffs the air. It doesn't have lungs, so that seems probably a little strange to you, and goes,
Who's this?
Just a deckhand.
Roger, just a dickhead.
and will continue down the row. I don't mind him, love. He's, he's an asshole, really. Right, fucker.
Right.
More what passes for grog.
Yeah, I think so.
All right. So
Cheers.
Drinking again. We are going to cut back down to the bottom. What are you all doing? I guess, are you going to just kind of rest, or what's the plan, guys? You can hear the two of them sitting and playing cards, and it seems like she's doing the slow con, taking his money from him. Well, I couldn't possibly use that card, because you already have that one in your hand, don't you?
What? No, I don't. How do you know that? Is there a reflection somewhere?
And he turns around.
How loose, dude? How, like, stable do the cages look?
Pretty stable.
No rusted hinges or anything?
Make me an investigation roll.
I was gonna say, like, Claudette's gonna kind of try and investigate her cage as well as she can with her hands behind her back and her knees up to her chest, pretty much.
Sure. You can both make me a roll. It's bright enough in here now you won't have disadvantage. Very, you've got your ropes to the place where you can basically pop out of them at this point, but you probably want to leave them on just for appearances.
Fair enough, yeah.
But
That makes
Uh,
sense.
19.
19?
18.
18. Glancing around, you are going to see Ivy. The cage is really well fortified. It is not rusty at all. In fact, it looks like they put you in one that is quite good, actually, with one exception. And that is at the very bottom of the right corner in front of you. One of the welds doesn't look like it's set properly. It's not much to work with. But it is one of the bars that feeds directly into the hinge. If you kicked it hard enough, you might be able to knock one of the door bolts off and pry it open from there. Claudette, looking at yours is quite tight. They deliberately put you in something that would give you trouble moving around, seeing that your status is a mage. However, as you are looking around, you also think that you're probably in the weakest one of them. So with enough strength, you could probably force this one open, at least enough for you to crawl through. You'll probably get scraped up and your clothes will probably get torn, but you think you could probably do it if someone was strong enough to pull it open. Well, strong enough to bend the bars a bit.
All right, so I'm screwed.
It's like they do this professionally.
Yeah. But the weakest
are
person
they-
in the weakest cage.
Right? Smart. Are they armed? Looking around.
Yes, they are. Each of
Cool.
them has 2 muskets in bandoliers across their chests, as well as a number of short swords and daggers decorating their bodies. In fact, the dwarf actually sets down on the table a pistol that has a hatchet built into the bottom of it.
Dope.
Historically accurate. Go Google it.
Huh.
Great for close quarters combat.
I bet.
You stop firing, grab it, and just start.
Yeah, like,
Plunk.
I mean, I'm out of ammo, but hey, axes never run out of ammo.
Nope.
Kelly,
Yes.
so, are the girls' legs visible?
They are not. They're actually covered by trouser legs or trouser pants at this point.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they definitely are. But tell you what, make me a perception roll.
I will. 23.
23. All right.
23.
As she is flirting a bit and trying to distract as she's playing. Oh well. 3 dragon ante. I win. And she begins to swoop the table.
Oh, that's not fair at all.
That's not fair. You're cheating. You're cheating. How am I cheating? I've got nothing up my sleeves.
What have you got up your pants?
That is none of your business, sir. And she's going to cross her legs at that point, at which point her pant legs are going to skirt up above her boot, and you will see in the light that she has this really lovely chrome filigree built into the side of what looks like a prosthetic leg.
Of course, very. I love you so much. Seeing that, Vary's gonna lean forward and be like, "Oh, your leg is beautiful.
Thank you.
Did you do it yourself?"
Oh, no. I mean, I did some of the decoration myself, and I keep it clean, but no. The captain did it for me.
Really? Oh,
She's
that's
inc-
gorgeous work.
She's very knowledgeable.
Well, she should be. She's fucking old enough.
You never, ever mention old lady's age. Jesus. No, Jesus.
You really should take some tips from her. That is very. Most women will not get very far with that sort of comment.
Yes, they would.
Claudette will kind of just
Screams, Brown, too.
quietly say from the corner.
Look, y'all seem like nice people. You haven't tried to escape too much. So that's probably good.
Is there any
Mostly,
way
I'm trying to
they-
get comfortable. This is really not the nicest position.
The captain will finish appraising what to do with you shortly. We're having, look, I overheard.
Don't tell him anything. Not until the captain says, "Oh, shut up. It's fine."
What are we gonna do with it, really?
These are quite sturdy.
Once we're done dealing with your friend, the captain will decide what to do with you. He, I will say, he's putting up quite a fight. But I
What are you
think...
doing to him?
Can I insight?
Please, yeah.
Ooh, yay. My insight's not great, but that roll is enough to make it a dirty 20.
Okay. Looking at her, she's giving you quite a smirk, and you're like, you're not 100% sure which way she means you to take this, actually, as she kind of leans forward. Oh, he's having a fantastic time, I assure you. Above you, you hear a crash echo through the boards, as well as what sounds like a grunt of pain and a roar.
I mean, that story checks out.
Either of them look up at that? Because Ivy's waiting for a moment with their distraction. She's gonna try and kick the door and try and like go for
Claudette's
one of
gonna
their
kind of-
weapons.
So, is this a big crew?
Better not have hurt him.
He's getting exactly what he deserves. Meanwhile, upstairs,
Claudette's gonna just give them a death glare. Like, better not have hurt Talfrin.
there's going to be a tremendous roar, as the entire crew is like screaming and yelling. Talfrin, I need you to make me a Constitution save.
Alrighty.
Meanwhile, while we're worried.
Right? I said Ivy's waiting for the second they're distracted and she's gonna try and bust out for Talfrin.
Constitution 21.
21. All right, then I'm going to roll as well.
Okay.
Nat 20.
Nice.
Oh, you are going to feel this horrible, horrible sensation inside of your gut as blow after blow is delivered to your stomach in the form of shots of this awful liquid. They warned you.
Oh, yeah.
They warned you not to mess with this one. As the man across the table from you looks up at you, an eye patch over his one bad eye, his smile slightly scarred on the right side. He casts a broad shadow, but that's because the candle's behind him. You look over and down at where Klaxon Boartusk, the halfling, sits across the table from you. Come on, let's run! Aren't you going to bring it? I thought you were going to bring it, bitch! Ready? Come on, let's see if you can hold your grog. 1, 2, 3.
Alright, he will down it.
And
Oh god,
Klaxon
Barry's in love already.
is going to take his coconut and smash it against the side of his face.
Oh god.
Oh, he's not gonna copy him, but he'll try to smash it between his hands, essentially.
All right, sounds good. Make me another con save.
Okay.
Yeah, he's doing pretty good.
Oh, that's not as great. That's a 13.
13.
Didn't roll it.
Come
Oh,
on,
pretty bad.
come on. Do you want to try again? Come on. I need to be served up again. Bring out the good stuff. Bring out the good stuff. You think that you're gonna take my place on this ship? I'm going to fuck you, buddy.
I don't know, man. Is that an option? Taking your place on the ship. I mean, of course.
Fuck you.
You brought it up.
You brought it up. What are you talking about? That's it. I'm gonna bury you. You're gonna hear that beneath the floorboards. I'm gonna bury you.
Well, many have tried, but Everyone's failed.
I'm gonna bear. Here, more drinks, more drinks. Ready? All right. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
He's really good at this one thing.
Well, they warned him.
What'd you
I
get?
actually got a nat 20.
Did you? He's gonna drink it.
27 then.
Hey,
Yeah?
you. You're a good guy.
That's bud. You're not
You're-
so bad yourself. You're,
He's gonna
you're good at
stand up.
this.
He's sitting on like a couple of wizard spell books. He's gonna climb onto the table and gonna walk toward you. And
Yeah.
I want to be your friend. Tall friend. That's your name, buddy. Tall friend. You're a big tall guy.
That's pretty clever. All right.
Yeah.
I like you.
Okay, one.
Wanna go get?
Let's do one more. Let's
All right.
do one more. Let's do one more. Another coconut comes out, and he's going to start drinking it.
19 with 26.
I think giving you the handicap 2 drinks was probably. Bro, no, it's good. It's good. I'm fine. You know why? Because I'm Claxon motherfucking bored. And he's gonna fall face first off the table onto the floor. Those of you beneath are going to hear the sound of a body hitting the floor. Hard. And a cheer from the crowd. Yeah!
That's right, bud. He'll like tap his shoulder, bend down, tap his shoulder.
Meanwhile, below deck.
Can I perception to hear what's happening better?
Not really. I mean, you can give it to me with disadvantage.
Okay, because I like after the insight roll with her with the girl, Very's like, what's going on?
I mean, you didn't
Because-
beat her deception roll, just so you know.
I was gonna try and bust out.
So that was perception, right?
Yeah.
That I did. 18.
18?
18.
There's definitely something going on, sirs, and that was definitely the sound of a body hitting the ground. It sounds like Talfrin probably is getting beaten on. It sounds like they're probably piling up on him and beating the shit out of him. It's kind of the Talfrin thing to do. We're missing all the fun.
We're missing all the fun.
Claudette's gonna go on a little like rant of, how dare you like beat on a former gladiator?
He's a gladiator. Oh, maybe we should beat on him a little harder. Give it to him.
You leave him alone. She's gonna kind of like try and kick out at the side of her cage a bit, just like in emphasis.
Okay. So that's
she's
going to cause a
angry.
bit of a distraction. Ivy, were you going to try to bust out?
Yup.
Okay, go ahead. Give me a strength check.
Oh no, Ivy. Oh no, girl, you're not strong.
Oh no.
You're no strong.
I mean,
The
you have
only one of us who
determination.
is Talfrin.
Yep. Would it just be a strength roll or an athletics roll? Probably
It's
strength, right?
it's just strength. Yeah, it's just a strength check for this.
I'm gonna use my inspiration for the night.
Okay, are you using your determination? Because someone just bought you another one, so you might as well.
Sure.
Cool. Boop, boop. It's back.
Ooh, okay. So determination is our proficiency is +3 right now. It's gonna be an 18 for strength.
Okay. So kicking forward, you are going to bend the side of the door enough that you said 18
Yeah.
with determination.
Yeah, with determination.
Okay,
I
your
rolled a
first hit is
15.
going to bend it, but it's not going to quite pop the door open. It's bent. You're going to have to try again, and let me see if anybody notices. Okay. It doesn't look like they turn around. One of them stands up. The dwarf stands up and approaches Claudette.
Oi, stop doing that.
Like
She'll try
she's
again.
barely kicking because her knees are up against her chest. She's like,
You're just gonna
"You
hurt
leave
yourself.
him alone, then.
Oh, stop it.
Don't hurt him."
Stop. I don't want you bruised up. You're not gonna be able to be ransomed well then.
Well, fine then. She'll kind of throw
Ransom.
herself to
Hey,
the side.
stop it!
And he's gonna try to like stabilize your cage as it starts rocking.
She's like,
And
"Fine,
Leden's
screw
sitting
you."
up at this point and going, ransom?
Oh, we didn't.
What
we-
ransom?
I mean, you're nobles, for God's sake.
I'm not.
All right, we'll kill you.
I mean, she's very handy with her hands, so I'm sure she's useful still. As Claudette's still trying to.
Hey, stop it!
All right, Ivy, they're distracted. You may try another strength roll.
Perfect.
Claudette's just gonna be petty as fuck right now.
Alrighty, I add a +0 to my strength, so that's gonna be a 12.
A 12, so you kick it again. Hold on, let me see. They have still not noticed.
Yes.
She is just cackling and watching.
Stomping her foot a few times in laughter.
If they're still distracted, I'm just gonna beat at the door until she can get out.
Okay, so while this is happening, Leiden and Very, what are you two doing?
Just adding noise.
I mean, Leiden asked a question and then was like, okay, yeah, no, fair. If they figured out we're nobles, that's about okay, fair. And then she's just gonna settle back down because she's too tired for this nonsense, and there's probably a crew upstairs. So where are we gonna go?
Oh yeah, Claudette's not trying to actually get out. She's just being petty. It's like, oh, if I'm bruised, it's gonna lower your price? Fine.
So where are we going anyways?
We're going somewhere nice and fun. Or at least...
I mean, that does sound like fun, but
Let's see. You're an artificer, right?
Yeah.
You have tools on you. Ooh. Well, depending on what the captain says, you might fetch quite a nice price.
I mean, I like to think of myself as incredibly valuable.
Good. Well, we'll see exactly how that holds up when we get you down under.
How far down under? On who?
Oh, honey. Under. To Bellatar.
Where is Bellatar?
Bellatar, I would
recognize
like
that? everybody
who hears that name to make me a history roll to see if you know what the hell it is. And Ivy can make me another strength roll.
Cool. Ooh,
Nat 20 on the history.
17 on the strength.
Whoa, I got 23 on history.
Nine.
On the strength, you could spend your determination, Ivy.
So that ends up being a
Sure,
total
I'll
of 27.
spend my determination.
Sounds good. All right, you were going to kick the cage one last time, and the bolt, the hinge bolt, is going to pop free.
Cool. If
So,
they're distracted.
did someone else say they spent determination?
No.
Okay, cool. Ivy, you just had determination bot again. All right. Everybody else on your rolls, what did y'all get? So I'm looking for a 16 on this.
27.
23.
23, 27.
With a nat 20.
Perfect. Bellatar is a city in the Underdark.
Well, shit.
Characteristically ran by the Drow.
Oh,
But-
that sounds interesting.
I probably don't want to go there, do I?
They are not friendly aligned with Emrys. It'll be fine. Ivy, you're going to kick the door out, and will she notice that? She will not notice that. What the hell? What do you do?
Are they, so they are kind of moving, are they both near Claudette?
No.
Okay, I didn't know if they were walking up towards her. So she's still at the table, but she's kind of looking away.
She is looking toward where she is having the discussion with Ivy, with Very, Leiden, and Claudette. Yeah.
Okay. Ivy's gonna try and make a. Is that hatchet still, or is that gun hatchet thing still on the table? Or
Yeah,
did he
it
grab
is.
it? Cool. So she's gonna try and go for that.
Okay, so popping out, I'd like you to make me a. Ooh, let's. I guess make me an initiative roll.
Okay. Ah. Okay. No, we're not using the mat. I'm rolling off the table. Oh, come here, dice box. Come here, beautiful. Okay, Ivy. 17.
17. One sec while I check my stats. You are. There we go. Okay, so Ivy, lunging forward, you are going to be able to grab the edge of that pistol axe. What do you do?
She's gonna try and wrap it around her throat.
Okay. All right. Make me an attack roll.
Cool. All right.
So you can. So this is actually going to be a grapple roll. So what you're going to do is you're going to make me an athletics check.
Athletics check. Cool.
Cool. It is strength athletics to grab.
Yeah.
And it is contested by my dex or strength, and or it's either my acrobatics or my athletics. Oh, it's actually not half bad.
All right. It's gonna be a 17.
17. I am not trained in that, strangely. So last time I used thug for these stats. All right, so you are just going to barely wrap your arm around her neck, putting the side of the axe blade against her artery. What's the plan, friend?
I don't know, but you're hurting my friend up there.
He's
I don't
only.
take kindly.
I'm not hurting anyone right now.
Let's keep it that way. Take me to your captain.
Did you literally just say, "Take me to your leader"?
I said
Ivy doesn't get it.
No, Ivy
At
does
that
not.
point, Very's gonna start laughing.
Claudia's gonna
Sorry.
bounce again to try. I think she'll have noticed this over his shoulder and be like, "Shit."
Can you make me a strength check? Oh, make me a strength check.
Yeah, can she try and kick out?
Yeah, you may. Make me a strength check.
You know what? I'm gonna.
Use. Okay. I know the durability of these things.
Hey, 19.
Now, okay, you are actually going to kick forward, and the front of the cage is going to fly open and crack this guy right in the side of his nose. Blood is going to
sorry.
spill it, and he's going to stumble back. You're going to be able to crawl out. Oh
Yeah,
my
she's
fucking-
gonna go. She's gonna respond with, "Oh, sorry," and try and crawl out.
Why does she have a gun? What is? Oh my! He's gonna start like reaching for one of the blades on his shirt.
She's gonna try and get behind that cage.
I'll say blood curse binding on him.
Okay. What is there a save for that?
I have it up right now. I'm just gonna read because this is a new one for
Please.
me. I can have to bind a creature if it's no more than one size larger than you. They must succeed in a strength saving throw, or their speed reduced to 0.
His speed is reduced to 0. You are going to cast. You're going to cast that, and he's going like blood is pouring down his face. And as you look at that, you're going to see the blood begin to turn black, and little tendrils of it are going to slink back up his nose. And
Oh, that's horrifying.
He is going to go white as a sheet, rigid, and fall over. And
Sorry.
the girl is going to scream at that point. She's just actually going to scream his name, which is Beauregard! Upstairs, you are going to hear a hell of a commotion, Talfrin. And behind you, you'll hear... So, I think your idiots are trying to break out.
That sounds like them.
Shall we?
Yeah, let's go talk to him.
Okay. Meanwhile, yes, Amy, what's up?
Yeah, the person who fell over, do they look like they just died?
They look like they just had a heart attack, yeah.
Spare the dying.
Okay, that sounds great. Do you have to touch them
Oh,
for that?
shit. Nope, because if it's because I'm a
'cause you're a
Grave Cleric.
You're a Grave
I can
Cleric.
do it. Yep, 30 within 30 feet as a bonus action. So
Okay.
she just looks over and goes like,
Claudette's gonna kind of.
Breathe them.
Did I? Did I? How?
I don't think so. I
didn't mean to.
Cages. No.
Ivy, do you have a plan here?
I don't have
didn't
the
even really need to do
keys.
that.
He does.
Okay.
Ivy,
Yes.
there's a crew upstairs,
Yeah.
and we don't have any gear.
I
don't think you thought this through, Ivy.
didn't.
Claudette is gonna try and make sure that he's still breathing and heart is beating and
Grab
kind of
the
roll him
keys.
to the side so he doesn't choke on.
Claudette, drag him over here.
She's gonna like try and muffle her screaming with her hand.
Just doing what you asked for, bitch.
Very is laughing in her cage.
Yeah, I think that's all she can do.
Like she's just keeled over laughing at this because this is like she's not trying to escape or anything. Like, 'cause this is hilarious.
Claudette's gonna find the keys that she mentioned and
Okay, you start unlocking cages. Are you going to unlock the cage of the Templar?
I'm gonna unlock the cat first
Oh, thank you.
because he was with us first, and then I'll start heading towards the Templar. Being a little unsure because Emrys, after everything we've been dealing with.
Really appreciate the help, Miss Belmont.
Yeah, so who were you guarding? If you'd be so kind. You see, I've had some issues recently, and
That's a condition of my release.
yes, sorry.
I'm part of the Royal Vanguard. He whispers in your ear.
Oh. She's gonna ask if the phrase for the order thing means anything to him. I've forgotten the exact phrasing again.
I have no idea what the Order of the Fallen Sky is.
He looks honest.
You can make me insight roll.
Looks very confused, at least. Well, that's a nat one.
You are 100% not sure. He could be totally suspicious right now. Or he could be totally honest.
All right, well, try not to make the situation worse, okay?
I will do my darndest.
She has no reason not to, so she'll let him out.
I'll remember this. And as you crack it open, you are going to hear the sound of a slide being drawn upstairs. Zin, are you all right? Someone calls down.
She'll take her hand off.
I'm getting a shave right now. And Beauregard's down. You'll hear a creak overhead.
He's still breathing.
Parlay. I mean, whoops, that's not Ivy's voice. Parlay.
And as you all turn around and are
What?
let out of your cages, looking down from above, you see a ring of disparate faces, all tanned from sea work, but some of them a bit paler than you'd expect. Like, we're talking all races and creeds here. Tritons and drow and halflings and dwarves and a gnome and even a Githyanki glancing down into the depths of this ship. And two faces are going to strike you as particularly strange. One is going to be a warforged with cable-like dreadlocks dangling around what appears to be obviously a her from the way that she's built, literally built, looks down with a captain's tricorn on top of it.
Parlay.
She says, and
What's
directly
that mean, Ivy?
above her, looking down, you're going to see a mildly inebriated Talfrin leaning down.
Oh, Talfrin, you're okay.
Oh, yeah, mostly.
I mean, they were talking like they were beating the shit out of you.
Yeah, I broke out of here because I
was
thought
gonna kick my
you
ass a
were.
little bit, but you know, it's all right.
Okay.
Something I can't handle.
She will take off.
I have
she will-
bruises
she
for
will-
you.
She'll drop
I'm flattered.
the hatchet gun.
Is it fire?
I really fucking hope not. No.
I wish Kelly uses the hurt them more.
I'm gonna use a hurt them more. Yeah.
Well, Claudette's
Oh
in
my
the back
god! And
corner.
I rolled it. I rolled a nat
Did
one.
you shoot me? Who did you shoot?
When you remind the teacher about homework.
Sorry.
All right, so there are. Okay. So there is going to be a gunshot that echoes as you drop the axe. It goes into the ground, and you'll hear ping, 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 ping as the musket ball, or pardon me, as the flintlock ball bounces off of the walls, and actually is going to ricochet, ping up through the hole, blur past Talfrin's hair enough that like little bits of blonde are going to fall, and spin the captain's tricorn around 30 degrees.
Claudette's just gonna.
That was a shot.
What are you doing, Ivy?
I just dropped the gun.
God, none of this was planned, was it?
The
Drop one.
The Warforged is going to look up directly into Talfrin's face and go, "Are you sure you don't want me to kill them?"
Oh yeah. I'm sure. This time.
Preferably
This
not.
time.
Okay.
Well, I think introductions are in order. Welcome aboard the Maiden's Lament.
and I think this is a good time for us to go to break. But quickly, any of you can make me a history roll, DC 15, to know a bit of the reputation of the ship.
So you want to know
22.
what I got?
Yeah.
Ah, it's a 3. Layden was apparently asleep
25.
through all of her history classes. She doesn't know any of this.
Whereas Claudette paid all the attention.
11. 11. Ivy doesn't really care. She just
You
knows
don't really
parlay
care.
from books. That's all she knows is reading books, is parlay.
God damn. All right, so with that, we're going to go to break real quick. The two of you who got above 20 on that one for sure might have actually read some dime store fiction that was written about this thing. It's kind of a little bit contraband, and it's some of like the seedier shops, except in Zetrovia. They have a lot of it because Zetrovians really, like, they like Emrys, and they're part of Emrys, but they also hate Emrys in Zetrovia. They're kind of like the Quebec of Emrys. So, folks, we will be right back. Don't go anywhere, and we'll parlay in a minute. Hello, everybody. It's the part of the program where we talk to the chat. We're gonna keep it brief tonight because we got a bunch of stuff to do involving pirates. But how's everybody doing tonight out in Gameland? How are you all doing? Players, how are you all doing?
I've got ice cream, so that means I'm good.
I'm talking through
still
a cup
eating.
all night.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I have fruit
I had
sorbet.
pistachios.
I was debating getting ice cream on break, and I decided against it because I'm trying
Oh.
to be good.
I neti potted my nose during the break because I've been stuffed up, and now I can mostly breathe again. It's
That's
strange. It's weird. It's been weird. Hello, everybody. Art Hard. It's been a really rough. Oh, what? Art Hard. What's wrong, man? Bam. What's going on, buddy? If you need to vent, man, we'll listen. Like, I don't know if you want to, but like, I hope you're doing well. You seemed like you were doing well the other night on Behind the Greens, which I was able to watch about half of, which is very rare for me. I never get to watch my friends' streams. But this week we didn't have very much games. So for those of you who weren't there, we D&D did a Behind the Greens, like behind the scenes episode where they just were interviewed, and they were actually in their studio space together for a while. At least 3 of them were, and it was super nice. They answered some great questions, and it looked like, I'm really jealous of your studio, actually. I really want a studio like that. But I hope everything's going well, man. And sounds like you had a rough week, and Bam over at Artar is like one of the sweetest guys. So if you're not watching Weed D&D, and that is something that would appeal to you, it's a really good D&D game, and it is cannabis positive. So if you as well are cannabis positive, give it a try, even if you're cannabis neutral. It's a really fun game, and there's a lot of... It's really fun to watch the way that they do a lot of their technical stuff as well. Particularly they have like little dancing, like chat bubble weed guys at the bottom and stuff. It's really cute. And they've got an Owen Wilson emoji, which you don't really need anything else. But, oh no. Holy crap. I'm really sorry to hear that, man. I hope you're doing, I hope you're holding together okay. If there's anything I can do to try to boost you up, I know that you're in Vegas and I'm up near Vancouver, but hopefully just good vibes. So like I said before game, other good vibes are our friend and castmate Hayden. Just got engaged to their longtime beau, Alejandro Sub. Which has been public now, so I can say that. So they're gonna have some really loud, mouthy kids someday. They really are. Those kids can be so mouthy, but they're gonna be able to do it in many different character voices. So
those two are so snarky. Yep.
Oh, it's good. It's gonna be great.
Those kids are gonna be raised on snark.
And that's not presumption. they have talked. Well, like Hayden's talked about how they want.
Yeah, they talked about having kids. So we're not.
So I'm not just doing the whole
putting words in their
yeah.
mouth about, oh, you're married now, you obviously have to have kids.
No. That is the worst part about getting older, is the people are going down the check boxes for you. So when are you going to buy a house? When are you going to have, when are you going to get married? When are you going to have kids? And it's like, I don't know. When are you going to die? That's next on your list.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know, can't afford a house. My wife left me. Yeah, that's the story of my check boxes. There you go, bud.
Your wife is a nice person. Yeah. I'm not saying anything against them, but they're a nice person. They're a punk ass though.
Oh, yeah. Julia and I always argue over who left who.
Yeah.
I maintain that I left her, and she maintains that she left me. But we still joke about it every Sunday when we hang out.
See, it's so funny that you two still hang out because you're still really good friends, right?
Yeah. Like she helped me move.
I helped my ex move once. That was weird. It was one of those moments where it was like, all right, now we move the bedroom, and I'm like, I'm out. I'm not touching your sin bed.
Yep. Gotta say that's one of the worst things about being in your 30s as a woman.
No, people, dude. Well,
where's the kids? It's like
in your 30s. I once had. So I was in a
still in my ovaries, I guess.
Yeah, I was in a very long relationship, and like I think my girlfriend at that time and I had been together like five years. This was like in my 20s. Like I was only like 23 at the time. We got together pretty young. But hi, Charlie. But my grandmother, in her failing mental days, confronted me about it, actually, like that. And it's like, when are you going to marry that girl? And I'm like, I don't know. Why? Because that's what you do. And I'm like, well, apparently not. But she was
you get 1 year into a relationship and they start asking, so where's the ring? And I'm like,
I don't know, it's not yours.
I'm not socially I'm not in the social position of having to ask. You would be giving me shit if I did ask.
Yeah, that's kind of rough, actually. It's
rude.
It's like the whole thing's ridiculous. Like, let people do things when they're ready.
Right.
Unless it's something like with a deadline, like, hey, you should probably get your vaccines.
Yeah.
So if you haven't gotten your vaccine, get your vaccines, guys. Okay, please.
Get vaccinated.
Because I'm going to say this right out. Those of you who may not know, I had a rare and strange side effect to the Moderna vaccine about 3 weeks ago now. That I still have persistent vertigo. I still have difficulty walking. And driving is sometimes a hell of an adventure depending on how bumpy the road is. But I'm saying get your damn vaccine, because guess what I can do? I can breathe. I am not, please get your vaccine, please. And that's all I'm going to say about that. I know that they're, like in the chat, I hope that wasn't insensitive to say, but if, please, like, take care of yourself, take care of your family and friends, get your vaccines.
I'm so happy I didn't have any side effects from my second shot.
That's really great. That's really great. I'm glad.
I'm kind of worried.
I was super worried because.
Which one did you end up getting on the second one?
I got Pfizer, so I got double Pfizer.
Oh. So I got Pfizer, Moderna, and that gave me the weird side effect.
Yeah.
So we'll see if I'm able to actually play Reign next week. Because I'm getting it on Wednesday.
You should
I
be
still haven't
fine.
gotten contacted yet.
Vaccine buddies!
Oh my goodness.
And you had your
still
first
haven't
one.
Our appointments are literally
I got
back to
my
back,
first
so we're
one.
going together.
Mine was
Yeah, we're
on
literally like 10 minutes apart.
the 6th, and then I haven't been contacted yet for my second one.
Of
so
July
I have
or
no
June?
idea.
No,
Of June.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, it's been.
So,
so
they'll get
the
in touch with you soon.
26th, then I got mine a couple days ago. And I was the 26th of May.
Yeah, and then I
So,
had
like
mine on
another
the
week,
27th.
probably.
But
I might
mine
get
next
contacted
Wednesday.
next week then.
Yeah.
Maybe. Okay.
Yeah, I got a text
Is
at
it-
12:50 in the morning. I was like, the BC government is giving me a booty call?
Right?
BC's like, yo, you
Hey,
up?
you up?
Well, it was funny because then you and Kelly were texting me of, check your email, check your email. I'm like, chill, guys, chill. It'll show up when it shows up.
Well, I
I'll
was
get
just saying,
notified
I was
when it
just
shows
letting
up.
you know, because I'm like, hey, yo, I'm
And then
getting
the
my
next morning there it
vaccine.
was in my email, so.
That's fair.
You're probably going to get it tomorrow. I'm willing to drive you, so if
Yes,
you get
which was
lucky-
nice. Which was nice because the first available appointment was like the next Monday
Yeah.
afterwards, so I'd be waiting a full other week.
So right now, the Canadian government is working on opening borders to anybody who is vaccinated from the U.S. But here's the problem: is that Delta is kind of picking up a bit, and a lot of people are really worried about it, and the government's still kind of trying to open the. I think that a lot of Canadians don't want the border opened yet. I think that we're like it's. Canada is a really small and spread out population for the most part. If you don't live right next to the border, you generally are in a smaller community. So it's not quite like it's not like the States. Like this US has 10 times the population and a lot more population centers and a lot more like travel. It is too expensive to travel across Canada. But like the US, like I could fly anywhere from Kansas City for like $200. So like there's a lot more travel in the US. Motivated Jackal, thank you. That was very motivating. We have a lot of people with Jackal in their names come over here. But I do... Ooh, what? Death McDoom's talking about Horgan. You know who Horgan is? Damn.
Because I got a booty call from Horgan, so they're like, and then I tap Horgan. It's like, you know what, for vaccine, yeah.
Shout out KC. Yeah, no, you know what's up. KC, if you need to fly anywhere, it's out of Kansas City. Because it's the dumbest airport ever. It's 3 Cs. Like, the airport is three terminals. All of them are shaped like a C. And, like, they're really weird. It's a really weird airport. I'm a SeaTac fan myself, though.
I am.
Oh, so hey,
crossing
Motivated
my
Jackal.
fingers to
That's
not
big.
have a reaction next week.
You are not going to have
Or
a
at the very
reaction.
least having the 48-hour flu.
See, I heard they're getting upgraded. My mom wants Christine and I to come visit for the holidays. So, I might be in that airport again. I'll let you know how I like it. So, Motivated Jackal, welcome. And those of you who are tuning in for the first time right now, we're just on our chat portion until we take a minute before we get back into game. So if you have any questions, comments, concerns, anything at all you want to know, ask us. And it's usually the AMA time. So, but yeah, Christine will probably take the day off. I am very excited because what's good that's going on in our lives right now. I'm almost done with the fiction for the new book.
We got dice!
We got tons of dice, and we're getting more soon. But we'll talk about that later.
I got blackout curtains.
Oh, hydrate.
Oh wow, Kansas City Airport is big.
So that's nice.
I
I
mean,
don't have
it's
to put foam sheets up now to protect my face from setting sunlight.
it's a metropolitan hub, so it's pretty good. Oh, Motivated Jackal loves it here. That's great.
Oh, yay.
Yay!
Also remember, we can also join our community Discord.
Oh, that's right. Join the Discord.
It's been hopping lately.
It has,
Yep.
which I'm sorry.
Especially
I
the
haven't-
Not Safe for Work cursed channel.
Don't go there.
That was
I mean,
fair.
it is what it is branded as. Like,
Go according.
You've been
what's
warned.
a rogue's favorite drink? You know, you'd think that it would be something. It's just scotch, or it's whatever someone else is drinking.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, I
Whatever
was
someone
gonna
else
say-
is drinking.
I was
or
thinking
whichever
whatever
one
she's
isn't
drinking.
poisoned.
All right, you want some pirate jokes? Subtlety.
Oh no.
Ah, I see. What is a pirate's favorite letter of the alphabet?
R?
You'd think it'd be, but they love the sea.
There we go. Oh, I killed her.
Is that good?
She did. How many dice do you really need? 9.
Oh, that was good. That cracked my neck,
sets.
actually. Nice.
The answer is there is no max number to the dice that you need.
I just
There
got
is a
these.
limit to the number that you can feasibly contain at one point.
And my camera cannot
four.
contain the Jormungandr one.
But that number is very, very high, Amy.
And it's variable depending on who it is and how clever you are at stashing your dice.
That is true. I just shove them in a Ziploc bag.
What does an angry Egyptian goose say?
I mean, my parents asked me that question when I showed them off my
This
new
is your
fancy
mistake.
dice.
You showed your parents your dice. At least your parent onk onk. Oh, that's awful, Bricarius.
Oh,
Also, good to
that's
see you again, buddy.
Oh.
That's, you know what? Slow clap on that one. Slow clap. Subtlety is pretty great. I have a great communist joke. Why do communists only drink herbal tea? Because proper tea is theft. Sorry.
See, that's a great communist joke because everybody gets it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. It just
Oh
our
my
joke.
gosh.
You mean our joke.
Our joke.
I used to work with a lot of yeah, anyway. A stick. What do you
Our
call
joke.
something brown and made of wood? The chat is telling Mike, those of you
Thanks,
watching this
Death
later,
Doom.
is telling Mike to just fuck right off. It's the people's joke.
Oh my god.
I need so
I'm
many
just-
more dice sets.
Yeah.
Pirate's
Yeah.
favorite gum.
One of my favorite parts of working in a game store that sold dice was the people who would come in with their friends to buy dice, and their friend would go, "Do you really need another set?" And I would turn and stare at them and go,
Yes.
"Get out.
Yeah.
Why are you here?"
Dude.
And their friends would be like, "Right?" And I'm just like, "Right?"
Yeah.
And then
you,
suddenly both of them would be buying dice, and that would be, a good time.
you don't need
Which-
that type
Oh
of
my
negativity.
god. Speaking of dice, I found a new maker.
Oh no.
Oh no.
And you guys should go check them out on Twitter. This is not in any way like affiliated. I've not bought anything from them. They've not done anything for us. No giveaways, nothing. But
They just
holy
go-
crap, go check out Stardust Creative.
That name sounds familiar.
Yeah, go check it out. We also God, back up a little.
Yeah, I'm trying to get to
we
focus.
go.
There
You
it
have
is.
it. You have it. You're
Oh
right there.
wow.
Oh,
Like,
those are
look at
freaking
those
fancy.
gorgeous things. And honestly, they have a ton on their Twitter, but they also have a ton on their Instagram, and they're so pretty. Like, I'm looking at it, go like, how? How do you do this?
So,
How?
Art.
What exciting stuff is there that we can talk about? I got all the dice from Lindorm that we ordered off of that Kickstarter. They're great. Mage is next Saturday.
Yeah, episode 0, right?
Yeah, that's gonna be crazy.
Right, I need to
what are you
iron that
going to be
shirt
First.
and style the wig.
Oh. All right, so for those of you watching later and who do not have access to the chat, Art Hard Studios, my buddy Bam just said, what do a tick and the Eiffel Tower have in common? They're both Paris sites. So yeah, so Mage episode 0 is next Saturday. And we got,
Oh, wow.
Oh my gosh.
Frank, what'd you just do? I looked away for a sec.
Are you rewarding bad puns?
Precarious.
I think so.
Holy crap, what was that?
20 tier 1 subs.
Well, thank you very much, Precarious.
Holy crap, Precarious.
Breck, you are
Mother of
amazing.
God.
Breck, are you still looking for people for your game that you're running, or are you in the middle of that right now? I haven't heard much because I've been in a hole, basically. Yee, you're amazing. Thank you so much. If you are still looking for people, definitely don't forget to hit up the Dork Discord and looking for group stuff. And if you're still having trouble finding people, I can muscle some people, and be like, hey, yeah, you said you wanted to be in a game, yeah? Listen, see. Actually, what night is that game? Because you should get James. James has been talking about he wants to be in another thing. You should get James. Any James will work.
This is true.
What? Devil's Luck Gaming is coming here on our
hi
break.
guys.
Devil's Luck, you threatened to raid us, and here they are. The devils, the gates are, the seals are
You
broken.
managed to
the
stay
devils are-
up.
You managed to stay up? Oh man, thank you so much. Good to see everybody. We're
I
on
think
our
they were
chat.
the ones who were going to be like 2 a.m. or something.
Yeah, it's like super late for them right now. But Devil's Luck starts late and goes hard, right?
Nice.
So, hello folks, welcome. This is Dork Tales, and we are on our break right now. We are going to be heading back into game in about 5 minutes. On a
We're on a pirate ship.
They're on a pirate ship, and our vaguely Final Fantasy VI inspired homebrew D&D game. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Hope you stick around. And quick mention, because Devil's Luck, by the way, if you like World of Darkness games, I know that I was just talking about World of Darkness. Devil's Luck is the shit. They are fantastic role players. Their set design is super enviable. Like, seriously, like their set design is dope as hell, and I'm super jealous of it constantly, but in that nice way where I don't wish them ill. I guess envious is what I mean. But anyway, super great people. So everybody from Dork Tales, go and check Devil's Luck out. They're basically like WOD leaders. Like seriously, like they're phenomenal.
Ghoulie Go Lightly. One, that is a fantastic Twitch handle. Like,
Ooh, so many ghouls.
awesome. And
No, you guys are awesome.
we're always threatening with a good time.
Yeah, seriously, we got.
It's
that on
what
the
we
point.
do.
That's true. So for those of you who are coming here from Devil's Luck, though, I do want to say that we were doing a lot of D&D over the pandemic, because having a stratified leveling system with clear delineated goals is great for staving off depression in the middle of a pandemic, especially. But at its heart, or at my heart, I guess, I'm not an it today at least. At my heart, I'm actually a World of Darkness and Chronicles of Darkness storyteller, and we are returning to form. So if you like what they do, you might enjoy that we are running a Victorian Age Mage the Ascension game starting next Saturday with our episode 0. That is going to be suitably dark and suitably disturbing. Blame Amy. And
I mean, to be fair, Amy, you started it.
I might have.
we're also going to be running a fully costumed Deadlands game starting in August. And then starting in September, we got another D&D thing. Might not interest you, but it might. It'll be super cool. Character's going to be wearing a lot of prosthetics for that. It's going to be neat. In October, there is going to be a once monthly, so not super big commitment, Vampire the Requiem game, because I bet our fellow cast member and my good friend Chris that if he could stay off cigarettes, every month he did not smoke, I would run another session of a game of his choice, and he picked Requiem. And he is specifically choosing to use a bunch of rules that I wrote for the Storyteller's Vault. So all of the players will have access to those because I do writing for Storyteller's Vault for Requiem products primarily. You might have seen us. We are the #1 spot on Storyteller's Vault, or at least were last week, and the week before, and the week before, and the week before, and the week
for like the last month.
It's been a good 2 months of being the top. And I'm the dude that does the fiction and the monsters.
The fiction is so freaking good. I get to test read it and edit.
I am
It's
in the
so
middle
good.
of writing the fiction for the new one, and
I don't like the vampire games. I don't play the vampire, but damn, the fiction's good.
How do you like pornography? Because there's a lot of porn in this new one. It's the Deva book that I'm writing right now, and I'm like, well,
I am sure
guess
I
I'm
will
writing the
enjoy it,
sex
honey.
scene now. Like,
I'm sure I will enjoy it and can give you lots of feedback concerning I have spent my entire life reading fan fiction.
I was about to say.
And the majority of fan fiction is very hardcore porn.
like how many times should I use the word manhood and member? Do you think I should just jump straight
Not
to
very
that?
often, because those are very overdone and tropish.
I know,
So
I know.
do it to be tropish. And if you're going to be deliberate that way, but otherwise it
Dude,
comes off as cheesy.
I wrote for like
And just
3
bad writing.
hours the other night, and I did here's the problem with writing stories. I'm a dialogue writer primarily, if you couldn't tell from the way that the games tend to run on this channel. So I wrote for like 3 hours, and I've got some like spot on dialogue and like really good flirting. And then it's like 800 words for 3 hours worth of nitpicky word choice and like that. Like,
I'm sure Amy and I can help with any of the more porny sort of writing.
oh, engorged. Yes, engorged.
The throbbing member trope has
that
been
can help too,
read way too
actually.
often.
Dude, it is a sex scene set to Fleetwood
Yeah, I was
Mac's
gonna say, if
Dreams.
you need volunteers, I'm also quite versed.
Song.
There is this huge flirtation bit before then where the two characters are arguing because it's a vampire and a human, and the human's giving him shit about his music. Because they're in a car that has like a CD changer in the trunk. because the last time he updated his stereo was 2001.
Oh my god.
And she's like, what do you even fucking have on this? Like, what is this? Like, what? Why do you only have dad rock? And he's like, I'm not a vampire at all.
Oh my gosh.
She's like, what is this, Eric Clapton? Fuck off. Click, click, click. And Fleetwood Mac comes on, and there's these great back and forths where he's like, oh, you know Fleetwood Mac? And she's like, yeah, it totally slaps. I always listen to it when I'm drinking my cranberry juice. It's so good. It's so funny. Like, sorry, it's just,
Oh my
it's so,
gosh.
oh, so, anyway. All right, so, enough engorging. And the six disc, it is a 20 disc changer, my friend, because it is based off of my brother. Well, the guy isn't based off my brother, but the CD changer in the truck, my brother had that. He also had a lever that turned up the bass inside of his car, because if you remember 1998, there were those cars that would drive by going, and that was a sign of, like, it was basically like truck nuts, like an audio version of truck nuts. Because my brother is a special man.
shit you not, there is someone on my street that has truck nuts, and I'm like, I judge
you
you every
shitting
time
me?
I drive home from work.
Wow.
Yep.
We've seen those sometimes when you drive me home.
Dude,
I
I hate
Not
those
many
things.
people in town
Why
have
would
those,
you
but some
have
do.
those?
I'm like,
They're
I judge
so
you
gross.
so hard right now.
It tends to be the weird ass like F250, F350s.
I would say no offense if you have truck nuts on your car, but offense if you have truck nuts.
Offense if you have truck nuts.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure they're
mean,
chrome too,
like,
so they're just like
No
so
offense,
shiny.
you can do what you want.
But I'm still gonna judge you for it.
All right,
Yeah,
so
Ugh.
go ahead, Mike.
Oh, nothing. I was just gonna regale more truck nut stuff.
Especially since like it's too detailed. Whenever you come up behind them
Yeah,
at
they're-
a truck at a stop,
why are your
because the
nuts-
truck's so high that they're in your windshield, and you're looking at it going like, why is it veiny?
I remember
Why
being
do
a
you need that
kid
level
and
of
being like,
detail?
what the fuck is that?
Don't
As a
think I've
kid,
ever
I-
seen
my
I-
parents
I
were like,
especially-
"Mm-mm."
Not sure. I've
Especially
never seen
since
this in person.
Quite
either.
often, the people who have those are the types who are very much no homo. But you put a pair of nuts, not your own, hanging off your truck.
Hey, there's nothing gay about it. I got nothing. I got nothing.
The,
I
the
got-
one-
I got
the thing
nothing.
that I find particularly funny is when I see them on trucks in the winter and they're still hanging down.
All right, on that note, I think we love you very much, but let's head back into game.
All right, back
'cause-
to prim and proper.
So
Tuck those
some
nuts
of them
up.
come in blue. Oh, Stark Raving Riley, you actually win. You win. Hold on, someone gift Stark Raving Riley a sub. Someone gift them a sub specifically.
Oh,
That's it. Get on our Discord right now.
I'm sorry, Christine. I killed you, didn't I? Just a little
I
bit.
missed the last two comments. I don't know.
Oh my God, Death McDoom.
It was
I'm not-
Mike's comment
What?
about that they were still hanging low in winter, and then the blue balls comment.
Oh my God. Okay, guys, we're gonna hop back into game. You're gonna like what we do here. You're gonna love our nuts.
Think of that too.
You're gonna love my nuts until you're bifocal curious. To quote, it's epic rap battles. Come on, it's
thanks,
Benjamin
Breck.
Franklin.
Oh my
It's
God.
Ben Franklin versus Billy Mays, and
Breck
then Billy
and
Mays has a
Joel.
heart attack in the middle of
Oh,
it
thanks,
and gets
Breck.
replaced
Oh,
by.
nice.
Did he
The
actually do it?
ShamWow guy.
Thank you by the Sham Wow guy. You mean Vince? You respect Vince.
Wait, what?
Vince, the Sham Wow guy.
The one with the frosted tips?
Yeah, you gotta respect him. You're gonna love my nuts. Slap chop.
Oh my god.
Love
Oh my
him so
God.
much.
Wow.
What happened when Thor made out with Heimdall? He got frostbite.
Oh.
Wow. Wow.
All right, that's a lot of dork nuts in the chat. Dork nuts, woo. Every time, I don't have time. I gotta focus on game, guys.
Focus on game.
Focus on game. I'm just. Sometimes I regret calling the channel Dork Tales. Mostly at conventions where drunk fathers of people who got dragged there by their tween-age kids, start like shouting a woo at me.
You think you're funny, huh?
You think were you there for that when we were up in Nanaimo for a
Probably.
convention?
I think I just
Some guy
deleted that from
looked-
my memory because I didn't care.
I can't. My ADD means it's on loop. It's on. It's
Oh
like
my gosh.
whoosh,
Yeah.
Are there other people who might woo at you? Woo.
Well, that's different.
Those
That's
of you,
a woo versus a woo.
yeah, those of you who join, those of you who join our YouTube channel, or go check out the werewolf game that's on there, which is really good. Actually, I think that out of all of the werewolf games I know,
Love our werewolf game.
there are 2 really good Werewolf the Forsaken games. One of them is Devil's Luck, and one of them is us. And I think Gehenna Gaming has one too that's pretty solid. I haven't had a chance to check it out, but I know that when we were so Gehenna, not Gehenna, blah, blah, blah. So I don't know if Gehenna has one, but Devil's Luck, if you're still in the chat, when we were setting up
Also,
ours,
go check out our hunter game.
the Hunter game is it's us around a round table with one mic, and
It's so old.
it's a really good game, but it's very technologically low.
It
but
was from our beginning days.
I will say that the watching and like it was really cool getting our werewolf game going and seeing what Devil's Luck was doing and being like, because looking at Devil's Luck is the reason that we started doing like backdrop stuff, because I was like,
Not my
They
cake.
can-
I was an Araka Iron Master.
they can do it, I can do it too.
I was the sneaky boy.
It was definitely an inspiration. So I think that's
My
fantastic.
Aelidoth Iron Master.
It's
who
really
should
good. They're
not be the
fantastic.
balanced
Yes.
one.
So not my cake. If you want to see lots of just being like, I stealth and I disappear from all sight, go check out our game on YouTube.
Yeah, so go check that out.
Alright.
Check out the YouTube comments of people complaining about it. Because Christine has very high dice pools in like 3 things. And it's funny, when you have 8 again or 9 again on a dice pool of 10 to 12, you tend to get a lot of successes.
And then I had stuff that gave me rote sometimes, and I activated it.
Dude, Road is so broken. I love it.
Road is
Caitlin, what were you
awesome.
saying?
Or we could smash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Claire Smash.
Claire
Claire
Smash.
Smash. And
Dude,
I just remember the one line that Jen said. It was like, I hold my action to punch Kate in the kidneys.
Yes. Yeah.
oh, it's so good. I love making you guys cry. Season 2 is way better than
what?
Season 1. Although
I
Season
liked
1
crying.
does have the stuff with Phil.
That's
Poor
true.
Phil.
Oh,
Well,
poor Phil.
That episode was so uncomfortable to run.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I was great. I loved it. Because you're my friends and I trust you, and that's the way role playing should be. All right, so folks, we are going to head back into game right now. No more delaying. Everybody take a drink.
Clink. Clank.
There's the bell. All right. And we are heading back into the Reign of Emrys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hope you enjoy this. Basically, they're on a pirate ship and they're parlaying at this point. So, at that point, let us head back in 3, 2, 1. Hello and welcome back to the Reign of Emrys here on Dork Tales. After you're freed from the holding cells beneath the ship, you are brought up and pulled to a long table. Browntooth, the dwarf that was in the midst of having a seizure, has been stabilized and put to bed. The rest of you are layered around a small, long table. Seems a bit of an oxymoron, but it's not. Over at the center of this thriving, humid space, surrounded by more than a dozen pirates and this tall, imposing Warforged figure. A drow with tremendously fuzzy white hair serves you all slightly watery seafood chowder. It's the best I could do. Hope you don't mind it.
Thank you.
oh, it's not bad. It was pretty good.
Yeah, it's good drunk food. It's not bad, eh?
Yeah.
The Warforged leans against the railing of the kitchen and glowers down at you. At least you think she's glowering. It's really hard to tell when a permanent scowl is etched onto the steel of her face. Beneath you, you can still feel and hear the roll of the waves. You're moving at a solid clip. And are any of you seasick? Or do any of you get motion sick?
No.
I don't know.
Well, everybody go ahead and make me a con save then. Basically, I'm looking for a 10 or up. And I have
I
something
didn't
good
do
happens.
very well, but it would be really hard for me to fail, so I got a 13.
Okay.
I got a 15.
All right, sounds good.
15.
15?
16.
All right, so all of you are fine. Ooh, I have to roll
Nat
for our...
1.
I'm going to let you roll again with something good happens.
Okay. I'm gonna just switch to the other die.
All
I
right.
was just like, oh shit.
Oh, and I'm going to roll for the carbuncle. The carbuncle is going to be ill. Did you roll another now one? Okay, well, I did what I could, guys.
Claudette apparently gets seasick.
Claudette leans over a bucket and empties the freshly swallowed chowder. At least it tastes basically the same on the way back up this time. Had you waited much longer, it would have been worse. Claudette, you're going to take a level of exhaustion from this.
Okay. She's just gonna kind of curl around this bucket and just moan.
Next to you, the carbuncle, this large cat about 3 feet long with that garnet embedded in the center of its forehead, is going to move over, it says, and upchucks into the bucket as well.
She'll push it over and then bring it back and then push it over. They'll just trade it back and forth.
I was not designed to be on a boat.
Yeah, but me neither.
There.
So, where are you all headed?
The captain says, her metallic voice echoing across the chamber.
Originally, before we picked you up, floating like... well, like bog corpses, to be 100%.
Where were we told to?
Vexner
We were given a
Galley.
name.
Yeah, Vexner Gallia.
Vexner Galley.
That's where we're trying to go.
That's where we were supposed to do until we got blown off a cliff.
The Vexner Galley.
Yeah.
The captain turns, and nearby, one of the slighter-built women aboard will lean over and say, "Old ruins up at the north side." I see.
And what brings you up there? And how did you end up floating?
I said explosion off of a cliff.
Ah, yes, you did. Sorry, I was listening for my friend. You are Claudette Belmont.
What gave me away?
Is that like, seriously, a lot of things, actually. The crest on your shirt,
Oh, I forgot about that. It's on all my clothes.
and your underwear. I checked
Yeah,
myself.
as I said, all my clothes.
Well, what do we have? We have a priestess,
Leading
we
just
have
shrugs.
a builder of some kind. We have the strangest looking Nernite I've ever seen. Very pale, aren't you? Are you an albino?
She says, looking directly at you, Ivy.
I'm assuming Ivy has never heard the word Nernite before, right?
No, you have not.
Cool. What did you just call me?
A Nernite, one of the Dark Goddess's children.
No.
Well. What should I do with you? Talfrin? What would you have me do with them? I'm sure the Claudette Belmont would be worth quite a ransom. Your parents still
I
rich?
don't doubt that. But
I'm here too.
Oh, yes, and the talking cat.
I think they'd be more useful to you as not ransom, though. They're pretty skilled.
Skilled
I
how?
build things that explode. Or rather, I
There you
build things
go.
to explode.
And those will fetch a fair price, too, right? Yes.
We don't need anything exploding where we're going.
I'm an Imperial Science blood hunter. Was.
Oh, you're a science project. I was too. Funny.
What's your number?
Are you trying to pick me up? I promise. You're, not my type. But I think I'd probably break you. Is this one serious? She is giving me a look.
Oh yeah. Oh, she's serious.
What do you mean, what's your number?
Well, if you're a project, what was your assigned number?
My serial number is none of your fucking business. We don't go by those. We're no longer slaves. We were released during the war. Yeah, the most recent one. No masters, no slaves. Except for you, Talfrin.
Ah.
Tell you what. We're headed that way anyway, eventually down to Bellatar. Before then, I have a stopover. I have to meet a friend. A friend that might be interested in seeing your brands. I've seen them before. They look different than the normal ones.
Okay.
She might be able to help break them.
You know how to get rid of them?
I'd be interested.
I don't, but she might.
Yes, Amy.
Have we ever heard of them being broken in such a way? Or is this like something that it's supposed to be for life, you can never get free of it?
It's supposed to be for life, but there are probably ways to do that.
It's magic. There's always going to be a way.
So
But
like,
still,
Claudette
like,
was
this
trying
is a
to figure this
big
out
deal.
anyways. She was just like, but to have somebody who might know, oh, that's exciting.
Yeah. Okay. That's just all I was curious about.
So, with the rest of you, you all come from, what is the term? Privilege?
Not privileged.
Well, you're owned by the Empire, and the Empire has deep coffers. Each
We
man,
might be
woman,
hunted
and
by-
person chooses their own destiny, though. Tell me why I should let you go, each of you.
Well, I have a feeling that a faction of the Empire maybe decided to order my brother to his death and are potentially going to do the same to me. So I don't really agree with them.
Interesting.
So I'm exploring options at the moment. I would like to
Exploring
continue
options. Are
exploring
you looking
options.
to defect?
I don't know.
Have you considered piracy? It's quite lucrative.
I had not ever actually considered that. It's only ever been in storybooks, really.
Only in storybooks.
We
What
were
about you?
attacked by Imperials in Magitech armor, and then they threatened to kill my family. So now I kind of want to get even with them. But honestly,
And
I feel
I
that.
go where she goes, and Leiden points at Claudette.
Similar to
Are you
Claudette.
two? I should have put you in the same cage.
Sisters.
Exactly. I should have put you in the same cage because you're sisters. You don't look anything alike, but who am I to judge? I can't tell humans apart.
I mean, we both have light hair.
Claudette's just gonna roll with it, just like whatever.
Now, what about you, Science Project?
Similar situation to Claudette.
Oh, your brother's being murdered?
No, but
What's
I
his
realize
number?
I don't have a brother. I only have sisters. And I've also realized that maybe the people that I've been forced to work for and kept in cells with might not be the good people.
Oh,
And I
something
would
calling
like to
themselves the Empire might not be good people. Why haven't I thought of that?
The crew will start laughing at that.
When you've only been raised one way, and you aren't given experience for anything else,
Make me a
it's
persuasion
hard to
roll.
form. Okay. Oh boy, Ivy.
+3 to persuasion. Okay, okay.
I believe in you.
That's gonna be a dirty 20.
Okay. So you're going to kind of trail off because you see that she looks at you intently, and something's going to twinkle in the blue light of her eyes.
Yes, I know exactly what that's like. All right, let's make this interesting. All of you have pleaded your case except for you.
I'm a cat.
All right, the cat can go free.
Thank you.
That's fair.
I have no problem.
I have no problem with magical beasts. And you... I'm afraid we're going to keep you.
She says, looking over at Cass. Yes, lead it.
I was just, has he, in the better lighting, has he looked more familiar to any of us?
No, you've probably you feel like you've seen him at balls and things before, though.
Yeah. Okay.
Which is also why Claudette was a little circumspect with what she was saying. And just kind of being like, well, she's considering it.
I don't deserve to be let go if you're keeping Imperials. My loyalty to the Empire is... I understand that you have issues with it.
We have issues with it.
The Empire is a living being. It can change and grow as well.
Yeah, but will it?
Well, until somebody stands up and takes us down.
Because right now they're all about murdering families because they had a bad day. So...
Well, no, very. To be fair, my cousin is a douchebag.
Yeah, your cousin's
And
a
yes,
douchebag.
Leiden, I know
Really
that
hate
word's
him.
not good.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, your
Heard it in
cousin
a tavern.
sucks.
Thank you very much.
yeah, it does.
So we should have this one walk the plank.
If you have to.
Ooh. Balls. Tell you what. Miss Belmont. You're the noble here. What do you think? You just offended him.
I don't know him.
Oh, you defended him against one of your friends. Let's make this interesting.
Well, I mean, just because I don't know him doesn't mean that he might not make a good point.
You don't have to do anything.
I defend the
Belmont.
idea that the Empire could change.
Many of them are awful, it seems like. I'm not...
I only left school a month ago.
Let's make this interesting then. A battle of wits. Pick one of you. One of you.
What are you doing? What are we doing?
We're going to decide who gets to go free. A simple game. Beat me, and a lot of you go free. Fail, and I welcome you to my crew. Well, the one who loses the game, at least. The rest of you will have to figure out what to do with. What say you? Who is daring enough to risk this? I'll even throw in your cop friend.
And, sorry, it was a battle of wits?
Battle of wits.
Well, if it'll protect my friends, then... Leiden, shut up.
Perfect.
Oh, that's interesting.
Got it.
Someone win both ways for me anyway.
We'll make this nice and quick. Bring the dice!
Christine, can you do me a favor?
Yes.
Can you separate 5 six-sided dice from your set?
grab some more.
We're going to play a very simple game. It's called Liar's Dice. Do you know of it?
No. What are the rules?
Tell you what, I'll allow any of you as well to join in. But if you do,
All right.
servitude, willing, 10 years.
If we
Fine.
lose,
All right.
all right.
Each of you will need 5 6-sided dice. There is a maximum number of players that I can actually handle this with.
Okay.
So, I think the max is... Okay. One other person to play with, but 3 is recommended. So I can do probably 4, including myself.
Okay. Leiden might sit out then.
Okay.
Ivy
so,
literally has nothing to lose. She's gonna.
sounds
Yeah,
good.
tell them to be totally in.
Okay, so here is the deal. We're going to play Liar's Dice, and I'm going to explain how to do it real quick. For those of you listening at home or watching right now, this is the way it works, and this is an explanation because they did this in Pirates of the Caribbean as well. Here's the deal. You're going to take 5 dice. Okay? You are going to... Historically, you use a cup, which is how she is going to do it. Each of you is given a cup and 5 dice. Well, each of you who are in the game. You then roll. You must roll your dice at the beginning of the game. After a completed challenge... and should your dice land in a stack, you have to re-roll them. That's not going to happen because we're using dice trays. So, what happens is this. You roll your dice. I've rolled my dice. Do not touch them once they have been rolled. And what we do is going around in a circle, and the way that we are sitting at the table, we have the captain. We have Talfrin. We have Leodin. Or Leodin is not in it, so we have Ivy, and then we have Claudette. Okay, so that is the turn order we are going to go in. The way the game works is this. Unless called by the first bidder, 1s are wild. In this case, 1s are going to be wild. The goal of this is to guess how many of a number are going to be on the table at a time. Okay? I am going to put a quick version of this in the chat right now so that anybody who wants to can check the rules. That is in the Twitch chat. So, basically, so 1s are wild. Bid for all the dice on the table. If 4 or more people are playing, there are 20 dice on the table. It is possible that someone could say, there are 20 4s on the table. And the way that it works is that you may only challenge on your turn, and may only challenge the current bid. Basically, there are no ties. So the way that it works is I start the bids, for example. You can never go down, you must always go up, starting with 2s. So I could say there are 5 2s. You can't see my dice, you can only see yours. If you have 3 2s in your cup, yeah, that's probably a fair bet. You might want to say there are 6 2s. 7 2s, maybe. And we keep going up. That becomes the new low bid. You can change it by either changing the number of the dice type or the number of dice. For example, Ivy bids, oh, there are 8 2s. I could counter and say, yeah, but there are 8 3s too. At any point, you may, let's see, just double checking because it's been a while. You may not pass, and on your turn, you can call the person before you a liar. If it is proven that they are a liar when they show their hand, they are out of the game and lose. Otherwise, it keeps escalating to ridiculous degrees until the game maxes out.
Okay, so it only matters when somebody calls it as a liar.
I believe so, yes. I'm going to just
Okay.
double check this a bit because it has been a while since I played this.
So it would be if everybody shows their dice and then you re-roll at that point?
That's a good question, actually.
Because if they're just showing their hand, well, that doesn't tell
the
you
dice
anything
are
about
revealed if the challenge is
total.
right and the dice show the hand ranking is lower than the... Yeah. So basically, if you call someone a liar and they are telling the truth, in this version, they're going to win the game.
Okay. So we basically have to guess what everybody else has.
Yep, so that's going to be the
And then-
nice and easy one. Ones are wild in
Okay.
this one.
Okay.
Cool. So has everybody rolled their dice?
No, I have not.
Okay, so roll your dice and then do not touch them. The cups are handed out, and you all take a moment and roll.
It's funny, this is actually going to rely on Christine's ability, not Claudette's.
Oh, Caitlin wasn't prepared.
Christine was not prepared either.
Kevin was not prepared either.
Sucks to be you.
I hate you.
I was
Sorry.
like, Telfrin's got lucky, so I could just...
I was gonna say, Ivy has great sleight of hand and stealth, man.
Well, game of wits, Claudette's got, like, amazing intelligence.
Let's start this off right.
She explains the rules to you very briskly.
I'll start this off right. 6 threes.
Wait, am I next?
Talfrin.
Oh. I think there are 7 threes.
It's a lot of threes. Ivy.
No, I think there's more. I think there's 8 threes.
8 threes. Claudette.
Five sixes.
There's this gleam in her eyes. She can't really move her facial muscles because she doesn't have any.
Look at you. I thought you were the one that blew things up.
She glances down at you, Very.
5 sixes. Nine sixes. Is what you really meant to say, isn't it?
I don't know, was it?
Telfrin. You may pass by leaving the game, by the way.
But then do I automatically lose?
Yep.
So if that's the case, I'm just gonna say, I think you're a liar.
That was quick.
Yeah, well... Wait, can we go to other numbers? I don't understand.
Not once it's at 6.
No, that's what I thought.
Claudette just pulled the nuclear option.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought. And then we had like 9 sixes?
9 sixes. Let's count. All right, so counting 1s and 6s for wild. Are there at least 9 of them in play? Hold up on the count of 3. Hold up the number of fingers that are 6s or 1s. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
7.
So that's including 1s and 6s.
Yeah.
Why Claudette went conservative with it.
Well, fair's fair. That escalated quickly. You are definitely... You
I
are...
figured 5 was a safe bet. You
And I
guys had to
figured
have
that
at
there
least
would
3.
be... I figured there'd be more wilds there. You are definitely his daughter, aren't you?
You've met my father then.
Warforged don't age, honey.
I don't really know about his time before having a family. He doesn't share.
Fine then. Claudette. You are free to go. As are your friends, and as is your Fed boy.
Well, I mean, you've done us such a service by pulling us from the ocean. Can we assist you with a job? I would not have a debt be left behind.
We'll talk about that. But if my calculations are correct...
Captain! Land ho! We're coming aboard!
Head upstairs. You might want to see this part.
Very's gonna trot happily upstairs.
All right, headed up.
Claudette will carefully move upstairs. She's managed to throw up, I think, everything in her stomach at this point, so... She was desperately holding on to her dignity there for a few minutes.
That was a out of character real quick. That was a tremendous balls move right there. And I am
See, I looked at it, was like, I have 2. The others have to probably at least have 3. Let's just get this done.
That was impressive though. Like that was
Wow.
Claudette. Like I am actually very impressed with Claudette.
And she was sweet the whole time, too.
Oh man, that is so good.
Wow.
With that, you head upstairs, and as you do, you find yourselves out on the deck of this quite large galleon. The waves crash beneath you, and as they do, you'll see the coastline of Avalcini in the distance, the crystal spires that rut out of the ground, rupturing the earth and plunging up toward the sky like needles. The crystalline landscape here is imposing, and you can see along the side of the marble cliff faces dozens and dozens of boreholes, as if by giant creatures, perhaps the royal worms? As you come out, the rest of the crew on deck, another dozen of them turn and look your direction. Ogithyanki turns to you, his yellow skin, long ears, and tattooed head gleaming in the early morning light.
You might want to do your best to hang on.
She's already hanging on quite tightly because of the seasickness.
Here you'll realize that there are lashes bolted into the ground with pull strings, basically little handles for you, little almost like lanyards, retractable ones that you can lash around your wrists or legs.
She's gonna reach for one.
As you do,
What causes that?
The Underdark. Lots of stuff. That's why you fucks could never...
Watch your language. These are free people.
Sorry, Captain. I didn't see you there. There's a reason the Empire could never take Avalcini. Most of it's under the country.
Captain, are we ready?
Bring us up. We have an appointment in the glade.
Bring us up. Gears will begin to click and hum, and at the back, on the top deck at rear, you are going to see a tremendous object begin to glow. There we go, and let's get a little screen time to the back of this, where we have the beautiful map that our friend James made, because this deserves some screen time. As the engines at the back begin to glow and pulse, the ship is going to start to crest the top of the wave as if pushed from behind by an immense power. And then...
Claudette's gonna forget her seasickness for a minute to look.
Now, I have to ask you a very important question, Claudette.
Yes.
You get seasick, but do you get airsick?
Oh,
The ship
shit.
takes off.
Uh-oh.
Very is all for this. She is stoked on
Oh yeah,
what's
you're
happening.
fine. You're fine.
Well, let's find out.
The ship takes off, moving upwards.
No!
You do not like it?
No, air sickness apparently is not a thing for Claudette. It's just seasickness.
The boat begins to take off, and at that point, you are going to hear and some of the sails from beneath the boat are going to arc over, forming a canopy that catches the artificial wind and lifts off. Before long, you are gliding through the air.
Claudette's gonna lean over the side as much as she can to look back at that.
Not bad.
Maybe don't. Oh, she ain't listening.
Lydia's just gonna hold on for dear life then and just be like, oh no.
Ivy's also like leaning over the side, holding on to those lashes, being like, this is kind of awesome.
Varys running up to look at the engines.
Okay, they are fantastic, like pulsar engines. It looks like there's something glowing inside of them, some type of, almost like, looks like looking into a nebula inside of this domed cage.
Investigation roll?
This would be an Arcana roll.
Arcana roll?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's so cool. Eden, can you see that?
Ooh.
Yep.
That's a good one. That's a good
It's
one.
high.
22.
22. It looks like, oh god, what even is this? It looks like a bound elemental. It looks
Crazy.
like, not bad, right?
Oh, it's lovely.
The boat crests the edge of the island, almost taking a part of its rudder off as it goes up. Sorry, Captain! You're
getting the hang of it. It's fine. How about the rest of you? Enjoying the view?
It's quite beautiful, yes.
Is that an elemental you have in there?
Something like that, yes.
Oh, this is fantastic.
We have to hack a bit here. We don't have quite the technology that the Empire does, but we get around.
Oh, the airships my family worked on aren't nearly as cool as this.
Well, true. But we come from a long line of artificers ourselves.
There's a gleam in Vary's eye as she says that.
We do what we can.
The ship flies over the coast of Avelsini. Now, Avelsini itself is this mix of strangely large trees dotting the landscape, shards of crystal jutting up through them, vines wrapping around them in this symbiosis of crystalline formation and organic growth. You see creatures taking flight with 4, 6 wings. Things moving through the trees that are simultaneously human, inhuman. Simian creatures, monkeys, and things that are kind of a hybrid between the two move as well.
Claudette's just gonna be super, like, awed and excited. I roll to see how charming that is.
Yes, you may.
I'm guessing persuasion?
Yeah. Just basically do a charisma save versus how cool this is. Or a wisdom save, your call.
Wisdom saves better, but I'm trying to I'm more interested in how she looks to others. Like, is she charming others by her excitement and just...
Oh, okay, yeah. Then sorry, I thought you were like, am I charmed by this?
No. I want to see, like, how much maybe she's worming her way into people's, at least, good graces by just being her sweetness.
This Claudette knowing that everything she does is on display for everybody at all times, and therefore every action must be a little bit...
Partially, but also just, like, the glee and excitement of, like, doing this.
Yeah.
How is that coming across to others? Like,
What'd you get on your roll?
well, I rolled a 17, and what am I adding to it?
Persuasion will work.
Persuasion? Okay, so that will be 22.
Okay. So you are quite adorable, actually. And as you are actually, this cast guy is going to kind of like stand near you. Thank you. You
you're
single-handedly you single-handedly won my freedom. I will not forget this.
Thank you.
And he is quite attractive, actually. Now, like up here on the bow of the ship, you know, his kind of buzz side, his long
Windblown hair.
his dark windblown hair. I'm thinking that he's kind of like on the Zac Efron scale of.
Okay, so she'll kind of smile, blush, and look away.
And he's framed by like the blowing wind and the sea. Like this is primo shit.
To her poor sheltered little heart, yes.
Nearby, you are going to see a pair of people are eyeing you as well as you're gleefully standing on the bow of the ship. Your hair kind of whipping around you. One of them is that eye-patched halfling man.
How you doing?
Is he attractive?
You know, he ain't, for considering the eye patch and the scar, he ain't half bad, actually. He's kind of like, he's what is the term I'm thinking of here? He's tough guy handsome.
Okay.
Like,
any actor in mind?
Oh god. So hold on, I'm gonna look up tough looking actor. Let's see real quick. Kelly checks Google, and you know what? He is the halfling, one-eyed halfling equivalent of. What the hell is this guy's name? I've got his photo up. He's the halfling equivalent of the guy from Sons of Anarchy. Charlie Hunnam.
What was the last name?
I don't know. Hunnam? I think. He was in Pacific Rim. Yeah, Hunnam. 2 N's.
Yeah. Not bad.
I mean, minus like an eye and stuff. Either that
Not
or he's
bad at all.
Either that or he's the Jason Statham.
Very
No,
kind of the rough look.
he's not the Jason Statham. I would have had to oi 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 the entire time.
You want to play some soccer?
And the other that is kind of looking at you is still rubbing her throat, the Tian girl, who you might have learned his name is Zin Ironlegs.
Oh, I like
And
them
he's
both.
and he's Klaxon Bortusk. So
I like them both.
they're both pretty great. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, it's a pirate ship. I don't know that you have to make a choice.
He's gonna just, yeah, Very's gonna look back and I guess see them both. Are they near each other?
No, they're kind of on opposite sides. You're in the middle.
God damn. So Very is kind of like Very's at the front. She's like looking between them, like.
And as you're kind of like you're absorbing this, no, you don't really have anything to do at this point.
Yeah.
But you're just kind
Claudia's
of
gonna just start pointing stuff out that she notices to the fellow.
She's like, oh, and look there.
as you clear a bunch of the landscape. I want to know what Talfrin and Leiden are doing.
Leiden has eyebrows raised and is partially looking off the side of the ship at the view, but also looking at Claudette flirting with the guy and being like, uh-huh.
It's very sweet, light, innocent flirting.
Yeah, she's still like, uh-huh.
Holy crap, this dice cannot... He's very attractive. I rolled a 19 on his attractiveness.
Damn.
Yeah, he's Zac Efron like 2 years ago.
But yeah, no, that's pretty much it. She's just kind of keeping an eye on that. And also just in case, I don't know, the ship, something happens with the ship and she has to like go and pop her wings and go rescue Claudette.
That's
you know,
You
her
will
normal
notice that Claudette
concerns.
has whatever that thing is wrapped around her wrist.
Yeah.
Well,
Still a mild concern.
Bringing it down! Ivy, can I get you to do me a favor? Can you make me a will save?
Oh shit. I mean, also at some point, whenever everyone's being romantic, I think for the first time ever, Ivy's gonna go, oh shit, Dirk.
This is your,
some point.
Yes, that's what your will save is about.
That's what my will save is about? Awesome, cool. I just want to make sure that, okay,
Oh, good.
Okay, cool. Oh boy, wisdom, eh? Alright.
Wisdom B.
That's gonna be a 19.
Okay, so you are not going to jump off the ship in dismay, which is nice.
Good. That's good.
So as you're there, you're gonna feel a sudden in your chest as you realize that you've left Dirk behind, because your thought is how nice this would be for Dirk to be here with you.
I was literally thinking that this whole time, Kelly, so I'm glad you read my mind, because that's exactly
Always.
what Ivy was thinking. It's just like the camera pans, it's like, Dirk!
Oh,
That's
no.
basically her reaction.
Talfrin, you're gonna hear that out of the corner of your ear.
Alright, he'll have just been like leaning against the side, just kind of like trying to like sober up with the wind in his face and like think about freedom. Oh, yeah.
What? He was left in that. Oh. They're not gonna.
No, that'll be fine. He's always fine. We'll go back for him at some point.
It's not some point. As soon as we can.
As soon as we can.
Bring us down. We're here.
Descending into my coffin, one of them says.
And slowly, they begin to lower into a large glade in the middle of one of these immense forests. The ship will begin to hover, letting out these large pulses. Keep us afloat. One of the deckhand says.
You're coming with me, all of you. Give them their belongings.
Each of you has your equipment returned to you.
Yay!
Oh, thank you.
A stairwell out of the side of the boat, touching down onto the ground.
I really do probably need to get different clothing.
Claudette, you're a magic-y type, right? Do you have any way of contacting people? We left Dirk in that city.
Oh, no, I don't know sending. If we come across it, I can learn it and use it, but...
We left him with the Empire, and
he seemed like a very smart man. I'm sure he would know not to say that he came with us and to disappear into the population.
Yeah, he's good at figuring his way out of things.
I know, I want to make sure he's okay. I'm not used to this.
Come with me.
As she walks towards where they're going, Very's gonna turn to the halfling and the girl and wink at both of them.
Make me 2 persuasion rolls.
I will absolutely do that, Kelly.
I believe in you. Nat one.
Alright, this one's halfling and this one's girl. And they're both pretty good.
Okay.
That was persuasion?
It's persuasion.
That was a 17 on the halfling. 17 on the halfling, and a 15 on the girl.
That sounds right. Guys are always a little easier.
It's true.
It's true. All right. So they're gonna both kind of smile at you and then look at each other and kind of glower. And with that, you're going to be able to depart the ship. You walk into the center of the glade, which is ringed with these pillaring spires of blue and green crystal. Behind you, the captain struts down, flanked by the tiger. The mechanical clockwork tiger stays at her side. As does the bard that you met before, Talfrin, Servio strides down. This bard has long blonde hair that hangs down almost to his waist, kept in these beautiful braids and ribbons, and is wearing long, multi-layered, like almost like kimono robes that are kind of flowing as he moves. He's very relaxed looking. The three of them depart the ship with you and walk a bit to where the glade expands. And it's there that everything pauses for a moment.
Do your best not to make a scene, please, until the time. This might be surprising.
The captain says to each of you.
Claudette's gonna kind of, I guess, hold her bag on.
You may do it, Servio.
The bard steps forward, rings out a note on his lute, which will echo across the glade. Do any of you speak Primordial?
Just Abyssal.
Volvine!
Sylvan.
Infernal.
Volvine Raktaten! Kot Volvin Sarkani Pukis! Tarakano Meletade! He calls out. There is a moment where his voice echoes across the clearing. The crystals that line the trees echo the sound back, and you hear over and over, Valatate, 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 Volvine, 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 Volvine. And then a noise begins to echo around that. Again and again. The noise continues to build as the sound echoes off the crystals again and again, forming an echo chamber. Thanks for the sound effects, dog. In the distance, a dog barks because this is going to be high-pitched. It begins to echo and grow, and then Volvine! The sound vanishes. And the ground begins to tremble beneath you. In the center of this immense glade, some 80 feet wide, where the ground is nothing more than crushed crystal, you are going to feel a vibration.
Claudette's gonna hold on to whoever's arm is next to her.
That is, hold on. On a 1, it's Leiden. On a 4, it is Cassio. It is Cassio.
All right.
Okay, so grabbing on, he'll. It's okay. And as that happens, I would like everyone, anybody who has a passive perception of 12 or more, is going to hear the sound of immense wings beating the sky. Above you and beneath you at the same time, you are going to feel the tremble of the ground and sky. At the edge of the clearing, you see a figure entering from the other side. But as this happens, the sky suddenly reflects down at you like a mirror is being held up to the sun's light, and a creature the size of the ship soars through the air and crashes to the ground beside you. It is an adult dragon, its scales shimmering like steel. It's an iron dragon. As the ground is struck, the ground on the other side, opposite of it, begins to shimmer. the light refracting off of the gemstone dust. And an explosion of it erupts up into the air, and a similar-sized creature burrows out of the ground. This one is a creature much the same, except this dragon's scales glitter in the sunlight like amethyst gems. They both turn and glance at each other, and then down at the bard, and then back over their shoulders. And as they lower their wings, you will see that an old, and by that I mean lines are just beginning to form in crow's feet around the eternal face. An old wood elf steps out and between the dragons. You have come, she says simply, in common.
We have your delivery from the king.
And how is he doing?
Same as always. Still on the run. He sends his regards.
The elven woman smiles. Her clothes are simple, hand-hewn, but there's an elegance to the stitching, a reverence to the skins. The dragons turn and look down at her, and one of them, the one made of amethyst, is going to whisper, as much as a beast that large can. Is it safe? And she will smile and nod, and both of them, you will watch the scales of amethyst and the scales of iron tremble. And slowly in front of you, but with, well, for something that large to do this so quickly, any speed is fast. They will slowly shift down into humanoid forms. They look very much like you, save for scales around the humanoid faces, horns, and elongated ears. They're dressed in common, plain clothes.
We also have one who you may be interested in.
The elven woman smiles and looks ahead at you, Talfrin. Ah, yes. The wild blood. I could feel you coming. Quiet guilt. I had thought that your blood had been stamped out.
I'm not sure of the specifics myself.
He is a slave. He is marked by them.
Of course he is. Then you are my ally.
Yes.
Please. We have much to discuss. And very little time. The
Yes, I do.
portents have told me much. The end is coming. had little time to prepare. Care for some tea?
Sounds nice. Let us discuss.
We'll wait by the ship. Are you sure that you're going to be...
Very comfortable. My attendants here will be with us. Now, let's talk about your futures, she says, gesturing back down the path toward the copse of trees and crystals. As the camera follows you down the path, it pans up to the darkening sky to the north. A storm is brewing across Emrys. And to the east, it is offset by the sickly green glow of the crucible, glowing in the dark of the storm. But we'll have to find more about that out next Friday here on the Reign of Emrys. Because that's it for tonight, guys. Boom! There we go. Ha 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 ha.
Okay, Kelly.
Yes?
Hold up. Hold up.
Yes? I just blew your timeline apart, didn't I? Now,
Sorta?
Amy.
No,
Amy,
I mean, what?
Amy has no idea what the timeline is now.
I didn't really have a set timeline.
I
didn't either.
I
just
have
like,
an
yes,
idea.
dragons!
I have an idea of what the timeline is, and I think I'm still good. I
Okay.
think I have
I'm
an
not-
idea of what the timeline
We'll find out
is.
later. Don't say it out
Say that.
loud.
I'm not. Don't worry.
I'm just
not.
really, really worried now that we won't be able to play next week. Or something like if I get sick.
Well, yeah, I'm also getting off the vaccine.
Right? Like the two of
shit.
us. If we get sick from the
So
vaccine,
suspense. The suspense
it's only
will
on
kill us.
Wednesday.
It's true.
Unless I'm dying, I'm gonna like crawl up onto this.
So this act, 14, 15, so this act has 3 more episodes in it. So
Okay.
This is
will
so
be-
good!
Yes. I'm vibing with this scene. I love it.
Yeah. Well, that's good. It's good.
So, thank you. First off, thank you so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate you being here with us. Game was a little slower in the beginning. Next game
Oh, it was great.
is gonna be super lore heavy. I have to pace this out right though because all of the games are connected, and if I reveal too much in one, it reveals something in the other.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
So, there is a lot of stuff in this. I can't say a damn thing, actually. Never mind. I can't say a thing. But they're all connected, and I can't reveal too much in one. Your brain is just going,
My timeline is confirmed by that comment. Haha. I know.
Nope.
I know things. I drink and I know things.
How is your timeline? I didn't confirm anything.
Kind of did.
Did I? You message me later. I'm curious.
I will.
But keep it to yourselves. Don't
yes.
cross-pollinate. It's better that way. So
Yeah, I don't want to know.
how are you all feeling? I noticed that as soon as the dragon showed up, you started typing a lot.
Yes, the chat.
No, the
Wasn't that
moment
obvious?
They transformed.
wild.
transformed, that's when I was like, just for Claudette to be excited too.
I will say, Timidius did that as well, though. To be fair.
Yeah.
Or Timidius.
Yeah.
The gold dragon, the ancient gold dragon you met in Shards of Nirn, could also do that.
Yeah.
It cost him a spell slot.
That wasn't
but-
Christine
okay.
doing that. That was Claudette doing that. Just being all like, oh my god, this is
Yeah.
so cool. I'm witnessing it.
Yeah. I
Right?
was freaking out for other
Mike
reasons.
being excited.
And
And then
So-
I was like, oh my god, Elder Dragons.
Maybe. We don't even know.
Here's the deal. It was just announced today that Fizban's Treasury of Dragons is the next book that's going to be released. That is not a campaign book for D&D. It is coming out in October, and it seems like it's going to be like Volo's, but it is the Dragonlance setting. Fizban it's a 30-year-old book, so he's the the avatar of the Paladine, the Platinum Dragon. And he's also just like a senile old wizard. He's great. Because those were my books when I was growing up. So all of the dragons are coming back, and including they have confirmed that gem dragons are returning.
Ooh, super
So
cool. I was
yeah.
wondering. I was like,
chromatic dragons are evil.
Yeah.
Metallic dragons are good. Gem dragons are the neutral scale. There's also Ferris dragons, which I wasn't going to include. Well, I was doing a bunch of research today to be like, because pro tip about Kelly, I always decide at the very last minute when it's like, oh, is it green or blue? Is it green or blue? Is it green or blue? I always get hung up on a choice like that till the very end. And I was researching gem dragons, and I'm like, oh, is it the amethyst one? Is it the amethyst? Or is it the sapphire one? Ooh, I'm not sure. And then I was Googling it, and then the Ferris dragons came up. And I was like, oh yeah, iron dragons. That's way more thematically appropriate to Emrys. Like, they're literally made of iron. They also have they have iron sense or metal sense. They can smell metal.
That's rad.
They're weird. They're weird. Also, I didn't describe them so much because I was assuming that the physical forms would be fairly surprising to see them turned down. But the amethyst dragon is more masculine in shape, and the iron dragon is more feminine in shape, if you had to define them that way. Because that goes against convention, and I like it. You'd expect the purple one to be the pretty girl, but no, it's the pretty boy.
Nice.
So mean.
Good. I like it.
I like it too.
Any idea when the next Dork Expo? We're shooting for a Dork Expo around October, I think. But we also, so for those of you who like to watch our special events, so Dork Expo, we're either doing it in October or February. We're probably doing it in October. I think it's going to move to October from now on because February is a bunch of local cons around here that we attend.
Yeah.
But we are also doing 2 extra lives before the end of the year. The first is in August, and that is August 20th through 22nd, I think. It's the weekend of that weekend, whatever it is. And we are running, I believe right now the schedule is saying 11 games over 3 days. And it's going to be fantastic. It's raising money for the Children's Miracle Network, trying to give a better life to sick kids. Last year we raised $15,000. This year we're going to try for 20. So come help us do that. It would be fantastic. All of the money goes to kids. We don't get anything except for your love and a lot of exhaustion out of it, and occasionally pizza from Mike, because Mike sometimes hooks us up with pizza. Sure. But it's gonna be fantastic. And then we're running Extra Life again in November, because that's the main Extra Life.
Day.
yeah.
So help us raise money for kids. It's a great cause. And
It might actually be worth it to move Dork X in the future to say like May, June period, because then it's separate enough from the extra lives.
Yeah,
because otherwise we're going August, October, November.
That's a good point.
That's a lot of work
we'll talk about that.
in 2 months. So
That is.
So yeah, you got to win an art contest again. And here's what I would like. So folks, if you like the stream, please give us a follow, give us a sub over on YouTube, where you can also do that for free. If you want to support the stream in a way that is more than just loving support, which you can also do on our Discord by helping that community grow, by the way, you can subscribe here on Twitch to not have to see ads, and to give a proceed to the channel. You can also subscribe for free if you have Amazon Prime. So every Amazon Prime subscription gets a free Prime Gaming. You have to refresh it monthly, but it's free money. It doesn't cost you anything. You can also support Dorktales over at patreon.com/Dorktales, where we have various benefits. I'm adding more over this weekend, including things like, you'll see. They're going to be good. I finally am doing it. It's just been a hell of a week. Month, year, life. And then the other thing that you can do to show your support is to talk about us. And if you are interested, I always love fan art. So if you want to do fan art of the characters, finding what these characters look like, I mean, for one, boom, you've got them all right here in costume, but there are also character pictures and things like that. And you can also help Trezelta edit the Dorktales wiki, which we have 2 wikis. We have the generic fantasy setting wiki, which this is set inside of, and the Dorktales main wiki. And they're all linked together, so it's pretty easy. And Trezelta does an amazing job as Wikimaster, and I want to shout him out right now. I also want to shout out my buddy James for doing the fantastic maps of the ship. You only got to see a little of them because they weren't completely relevant to the beginning of the game, but They were super detailed, and some of his best work, actually, I think. Those are going to be posted up in the Discord. James, you can go ahead and post those anytime. There are no spoilers on this ship. The ship is fantastic, and
It really is. Oh my god, you did a great job. Which,
did a
hello, Raid. I'm really sorry you came in at the end of the game.
you did. So
But-
we're saying our goodbyes right now, Diesel Shot. But it's good to see you here. What were you playing? I'm curious. Yes, but definitely, Otheon, you did a fantastic job as always, and I have to talk to you soon because you have to help me design a dungeon for this game pretty soon because I just had dragons.
Oh no.
And now we're gonna have dungeons.
Oh.
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh noes. Oh noes.
Which you will all be thrilled to learn
Queen.
that for you, I learned Leomund's tiny hut, so that if we go in a dungeon, we have somewhere safe to rest.
Nice.
Liam and Tiny Hut is so good.
So, does anybody have any questions, comments, concerns, anything that you want to talk about at the end of this game?
You want to tell us everything?
No, Robin, that would be awful.
I know.
I'm
I'm
totally
joking.
sending my current guess of what the timeline is to
joking.
Kelly. I don't think he'll confirm it, but I'm sending it to him right now.
Can I
Everything.
Or did I?
I just told you everything. See, I said it.
There you
Okay,
go.
hold on. I'm looking at what. Cool. And Caitlin, I cannot wait. That's an interesting theory, Amy.
What?
I have no theories.
Everybody's gonna be super mad at me when they find out the timeline. And you know what I gotta
Well,
say?
if anybody knows me, they know I can't put shit together worth anything.
I'm horrible at putting things together.
I cannot put clues together. I have to have it spelled out for me. So it makes it really good, easy to surprise me too.
So, for those of you who are tuning in for the first time, all of our D&D games, unless they're like pre-written modules, because I run those because they're fun, and they bring in viewers, which then they stick around for the homebrew, which is great. All the homebrew stuff is interconnected, obviously, although I have decided not to tell the players when things are connected. I think the best that they know is that the Secret of Hexader House stream is probably after Shards of Nirn. I think that people have figured it's probably about 20 to 50 years after, somewhere in that range.
That makes sense.
Because some things have been referenced.
Yeah.
However, with Reign of Emrys and Shards of Nirn, the two competing streams, they have been deliberately obfuscated. And it's great when you have things that have multiple names that you can refer to them by. But I will say, if you're really clever, you can find details because I hide them all over the place in plain text, which you players should not research, but those of you clever people might want to check things in the credits. Wink. Because I leave cookie trails because I love augmented reality games.
Don't tell us so.
Fandelia had time travel, and it had Guccifer, so who knows? That's a different time
Yeah.
altogether.
Oh, gotcha.
Vandalia was just a whole bunch of weird ass shit.
Because
See, and then even though Rhyme is a pre-written module, we know that it's before Shards of Nirn.
is it?
Yeah, because you've referenced in the magical school, Zeno is talking about something, and one of the teachers is like, "Oh, if you're interested in that, you should check out the library and read the tales of the party Caveat Emptor."
Oh, yes, that was brought up.
Yeah.
It could be a different one, but there's also, I deliberately obfuscated that timeline as well, because if you listen to that one as well, they're at least, I don't know how far before Shards of Nirn it is, if it is, but when you were researching the Tarask, Professor Scant was like, oh yes, it is also known as these things, and he totally title dropped Yominger, like the Titan of Wrath from Elos, and I'm just like, I love doing, I seriously, like, I watched Loki the other night, no spoilers, but this is not tooting my own horn, but this is just the way that my brain works. I was watching the end of Loki, and raise your hand right here, out of you folks, have you seen the end of Loki?
No.
Okay.
I didn't even know there was a new series.
It's on Disney Plus. Go watch.
One more episode.
Oh, I don't have Disney Plus right now.
I'll give you Disney Plus. Hit me up later.
Well, I mean, I have a Disney Plus account, but I watch all my TV in my room, and I don't have an Xbox One anymore.
Oh, that's fair. The ending of Loki was literally something I've ran in a Mage the Ascension LARP before. And I was like, oh, really? Really? We're going that way, are we? I have literally done this. Damn it. And I have literally had to do this speech. It is so, Caitlin, when you watch, I need you when there is a speech at one point. That is the most spoiler I will give, but I need you to picture me instead of the actor when you're listening to it, because you can see that I have been there for you before. Not you specifically, but maybe.
Which mage?
Yes. I'm not going to spoil it because any spoilers could spoil it for Caitlin.
Yeah.
But I
Fair
will
enough.
say, and Amy, you've been in those games, so you got to admit that was
I was
really
cackling through most of that.
Yeah, you were. That was funny. We were having a time over that.
So, and if you want, we are having more Mage of the Ascension. It is coming very soon, and is coming through the Victorian era, which I still need to name the game because names are hard. And who knows, if you guys help us blow that up and help us like spread our posts and get a bunch of new viewers in, I
I'm so
might
excited.
run more Mage of the Ascension.
I'm so excited.
I might run, maybe not Mage specifically. It's not the right theme technically, but you get what I'm putting down. I need your clothes, your boots, and your motorcycle. Hey, you're a new viewer. Josh is cool. No, Josh is cool. Nice. You're cool, Josh. All right. So, for those of you watching in YouTube land, I'm going to call this video right here. Thank you so much for tuning in and for everything that you do for us and for all of your support and love. Because seriously, I would run these games off stream, but it's more fun with you. And I like being able to do this like semi-professionally. It's nice. Anyway, folks, that's going to be it tonight. We love you very much. We'll talk to you next time. Goodbye, YouTube. Bye.